Come in like normal.
Sunday. What the fuck is the day's date?
Wait. I can't hear anything.
March 12th.
Are you supposed to? We supposed to hear feedback?
Can you hear out of your headphones?
Yeah. Well, hold up.
Now we can.
Hello?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay.
Before I couldn't
All
hear
right, let's do
anything.
that again. Sunday, March 12th. We're back.
We are.
Welcome to the realest podcast ever. It's your boy C. Diddy.
Matt makes me sick. We got a special guest in the building.
Absolutely, for episode 10.
It is our 10th episode.
Yeah, we made it to 10 episodes.
Yeah, we're flying.
No bullet holes yet.
We had some BS last week, but
we had some audio BS last week, some technical difficulties. We basically did like a little small test survey, took it to the barbershop.
Yeah, we took it to the hood,
which is where where you got to figure out, it's like, hey, is this good or not?
Yeah.
Took it to the barbershop, let the barbershop hear it. They was like, man, y'all niggas don't put that shit out,
like,
stop bullshit.
Put it out, and then I put the joint on Instagram, like, look, I want to release 9, and people was like, man, I'm at work not doing shit.
Right.
I hate my job. Please put that goddamn
It's Friday.
out.
I hate my job. I'm trying to dip out of here at 3:47.
So, you know what I'm saying? They got all new equipment in the booth. You know, something go wrong this week, we gonna go death row on Just. We gonna tie him up.
Vanilla ice at the restaurant.
Yeah, them death row niggas was crazy. They was tying up engineers and making them drink pee. Like, y'all some dangerous thugs. Like, that shit was wild with them. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. We in a positive mood, positive vibe. We got a good dude here with us. Go ahead, state your name, man.
Pastor Carl Day.
Nothing else?
That's it?
I mean, yeah, man. Listen, you asked me to state my name, man. I'm just here to obey the rules,
State your name
man.
and what you claim.
Oh, man, what I claim, man. North Philly, man.
I was thinking culture changing Christians.
Was thinking about tell us about your church.
Listen, I do that too, man. But
I do that too.
North Somerset, see me.
Listen, man. This is the realest podcast ever. So you got to come on here and be real, man. You know, so
you are the realest pastor ever. Let's not get that mistaken.
We could definitely make that be known.
Straight up and down.
Definitely let that be known, man. So it was only right, man. My brothers on the realest podcast, man. They invite the realest pastor here, man. But no, seriously, our pastor, we like to say one church, 2 different cities. Got a location here in Philly, Culture Changer Christians Worship Center. Same thing in Montclair, New Jersey. Doing work here in the city. Been doing this, man, for almost over 5 years now. And just rolling, man. Just really trying to do what we can to really change the culture. You know, that's basically what we are. We Christians trying to change the culture, man. So it's always a dope opportunity to come on here, man. Kick it with 2 brothers of mine, man, that really got a dope podcast, man. And, you know, so I'm just here to talk life, culture, and everything else that y'all trying to talk about. Oh, and I got to tell y'all from the door, especially Chad, you know, my wife told me yesterday, she said, listen, don't get on my damn nerves about that podcast that you're going to be on. I got to say it verbatim. You know, she said, yo, with your little Twitter friends. I said, hold up, no, Chad, real life friend. I said, Matt, real life friend too, but I said Matt from Twitter. But at the same time, I said, Chad, no, we real life friend, man. Me and Chad got probably like 15 years in the friendship.
Definitely.
So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I just had to state that, man. So you know, you asked
I don't have no messy stories about Carl that I can rope him into ananyway.
Okay.
Me and Carl are different type of friends. Like
I knew Carl was real when I linked up with him. We was gonna go take some toys, remember, to the kid Mahaj. And my truck at the time was on the boot list. So I was like, yeah, I'm not parking my truck on the street. I told Carl, I'm like, look, I didn't tell Carl why. I'm like, look, you already got the stuff in your car. I'm going to park in your driveway.
I'm going to ride with you.
I'm going to hop in the car with you. We pull up to the crib, park on the street, get
Tell
out.
him what I do.
Carl hop out with a screwdriver and start taking his license plate off. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, man, I'm on the boot list.
You're not taking my car. That's just what it is.
I'm like,
man.
Here I go, all embarrassed. Carl, like, man, I'm on the boot list. They ain't taking this car from me. Straight up, I knew Carl was the realest right there.
That's it.
So I've referenced Carl on the show before.
Yeah, we have.
Carl is the person that I said, you know, I knew Carl was G'd up because when I met him, he was with a friend of mine, a bigger guy or whatever like that. I'm not going to say his name. We were just talking about him off air. And I literally thought, like, you know, I said, oh, he must even be hanging with Big Boy, whatever. Big Boy, you know, looking out for him. You know, he probably got to put the hands on somebody. No, Carl was the protection. Carl was the fucking protection because our friend was soft as they come, and he needed the protection.
Carl on Twitter cracks me up because it's like it'll be tweets telling people what it is about the culture and about where we need to be at. People
like, hey, watch
but
your
then
mouth.
somebody say something. It's like, well, you can pull up if you want to, because it's just like, wait, what? Like,
all right, but look, Dig, man, it's like this, man. I'm the person that like. I'm cool, and I just want people to keep it cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, I'm all about positive vibes and everything else. But it's like if you live in Arkansas or something, you know what I'm saying? You can really say what you want. I just feel like, it's certain lines you don't cross, especially when we're in the same city. Because I'm not in the business of really about to be sitting here, keep double checking myself and side eyeing and turning around, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
trying to figure out what something
trying to
is.
figure out what type of time somebody on. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you in the same city as me, and you start crossing certain lines, saying certain things, especially when it comes to like bringing harm to me or my family. I mean, for one, and I say it all the time, and I don't say pull up. Like, I say it just to let it be known. I let it be known my locations are public, because it's just like, if that's really how you feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, listen, and it don't even necessarily mean something got happened. Like, you would come address whatever issue or whatever
it could
you got.
You can pull up for a conversation.
I
Absolutely.
don't say pull up, but this is where I'm
Absolutely.
at. And if you have a vehicle,
Look, man,
You can GPS the coordinates
yeah. Listen, man,
to my end location.
Yeah, or whatever kind of bus or train runs there. But I mean, it's just like, look, man, like I just let it be clear. Like I'm not the one to sit here and I'm not doing no hiding and ripping and running. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I do is promoted and it's public. So that's why I just be like, I'm not about to get into a war of words with somebody in my city.
I like Carl because Carl really go and touch the people. Like, you really see Carl in the street moving around. And Carl had me out there in a prayer circle one day, and I'm like, I never thought I'd be in nothing like this, but It's like, it was dope. It was fly, man. That was definitely one of the best parts of 2016. What we did.
That's dope.
Shout out Kev. He was with us. Remember when the license plate? We in the house. Kev a cop. We in the house. Carlton took the license plate off. We on a strip with 700 other cars. Kev come walking in the crib. First thing out Kev's mouth, why your car don't got no license plate on?
Hold up, no. That's not even the worst. Like Kev don't come out of cop mode, which troubles me. Which troubles me. You know what I'm saying? Because like, then you get me uncomfortable. Because the one thing that like, I'm befriending the police. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just new to that. You know what I'm saying? So no, when we was coming from the prayer situation, remember that night, he's like, yo, let's get something to eat.
Yeah.
He rode by in the dark. Saw when he rode past my car, he says, hey, yo, your sticker's expired. I'm like, dog, you're not even in you're not in your uniform. Like, what is you sitting here sweating me? I mean, goodness, like we homies, and you
Kev definitely screamed that out the car.
Yo,
Carl turned around to me, was like, how he see that?
How you see that? In the dark, no lights. So, we in the hood, dog. So, street lights don't even work. I mean, my man got x-ray vision, dog, and just noticed it, man. It's just like, man, it's crazy, dog.
Oh, man. We should have had Kev come up here. That would have been hilarious.
Man, he don't turn it off, dog. He don't turn it off, man.
Oh, man. But, yeah, Carl's in the building with us. He's going to be here for the duration of the show. Kicking it with us, talking life with us, man.
Carl's good people, man. Carl, very close friend of mine, man. Carl goes out into the community and does the work. He put his money where his mouth is. He sees situations. He inserts himself, into them as far as, being, helping. The situation with the y'all can fully explain the situation with like the toy drive and all of that y'all did for the kids that got they got shot and all of that, and just various other situations that he don't even publicize. So he's somebody that's out here doing the work so much so that other churches and organizations have taken note of that, and they want him to come and speak and talk about his community involvement and how these other churches and other pastors can get involved in the community and not just be up on some religious perch saying, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z, as opposed to saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I came from, this is what I'm doing now, I'm still a work in progress, I'm still transitioning, you can do it too.
I'm just all about somebody being productive and being positive, because there's so much negativity out here and there's so much negative bullshit you could be getting into, and seeing as though Carla dude who came from that to make a full 180 and like, yo, I'm all about positivity. I'm all about progression. I'm all about furthering along anybody I can. You can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I'm saying? So that was why I jumped on board with the whole toy drive we did. Big shout out Mahaj Brown. You know what I'm saying? His family.
Who's walking now too.
Who is walking. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was a fly situation. And it's just, like I said, it's so many people who do bad who don't want to do anything good ever. Fly, you know what I'm saying? It's fly to see somebody completely change and flip it all around. So you here for the ride? You about to get into this chaos?
Oh man, listen, I'm with it,
us.
I'm with it.
Where we starting at, man?
I think the hot topic right now is
It's like every week. It's Remy and Nicki.
Remy and Nicki.
It just goes back and
Remy
forth.
Minaj.
Yeah, Remy Minaj. It just
you know
goes.
what I'm saying? And the point where I'm at with these two is like, yo, we on like week 3 of this or whatever, and
Week
it's like,
4
yo,
of this.
at some point, y'all are going to have to patch this up and sell tickets to the reunion because every day it's something with you two, like back and forth. It's all these news reports and this gossip story and this thing and that thing. And the last time we talked, we basically said, hey, Nicki got body. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny, the chick that you want to tell them how I styled?
So basically, like, despite the fact that Remy Ma's rapping like it's 1974 on Sheether, she bodied Nicki Minaj. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that she rhymed ass with ass 4 times in a row, it still is a dope diss record. You know what I'm saying? So we came on this show and both, I'm a fucking barb, we both came on this show and said, hey, Remy Ma, you got that one,
Killed her.
sister. Then she came back with the horrible follow-up and bodied herself. You know what I'm saying? And she had 72 hours to respond to her damn self.
Yeah.
So now Nicki Minaj has responded.
Right.
And the first statement was, Nicki Minaj got to respond, blah, blah, blah. This is the public sentiment, including Charlamagne the Guy, who's somebody that I like a lot, but his stance on this pissed me off. Nicki Minaj
seen him going crazy the
has
other
to
day.
respond, blah, 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 blah. Then she responds, and 2 things. 1, it's too late. And then 2, I don't like the way she responded. She didn't sling enough mud or go in deep enough on the situation.
It's like, dog, Nicki Minaj has like real live like corporate sponsors that she can't really like piss off.
Nicki Minaj was selling clothes in Kmart for 4 years.
Real talk.
Like, it's a different level than selling tapes and CDs on Utica Ave in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Remy Ma is doing. You know what I'm saying?
But the chick hit me on Twitter the other day and was like, oh, you like Nicki Minaj so much, you can't even admit it that Remy killed her. Here I go styling. I'm like, first off, I got a podcast that's in 43 countries, and I said it on there. Remy bodied her. Chad
styled on her.
Chad hit me like, Chad, like, Matt really styling on y'all out here with his 43 countries.
That's like Matt's 43 countries is like crazy. I got an indoor pool, got an outdoor pool. You know what I'm saying? Got 7 Rolls Royces.
My homie hit me, was like, yo, Chad is like the resident asshole of the show. He's like, to see you say some shit like that was like, damn, Matt's learning like that. Like, Matt's coming along fast.
I was proud of you. I was like, yes, look at that. Put her right in her place. Chick unfollowed him.
Yeah, she unfollowed me and
seconds.
everything. She was
43.
So my issue with the whole debate is this, one, Nicki Minaj going to respond to her own time. So people are like, who takes a week to respond to a diss track? I'm like, everybody?
I'm like, yo, Ether came out 3 months after Takeover.
Hit 'em Up came out. Matt Chronicle, from when Who Shot You came out to when Hit 'em Up came out. 16 months in between.
Crazy.
16 months. A smart rapper is going to respond on their time. JayZ is the king of that.
Like, you got to understand something. Back in the day, because we all 30 plus, like back in the day, 95, 96, there was no Twitter, there was no internet. So it's like people didn't run to that and be like, yo, what's going on? It's like, no, Biggie really did Who Shot You. Remember, it was after Pac got shot. He did Who Shot You, performed it for a year. Pac was locked up.
Yeah.
Pac got out. You know what I'm saying? Did the Hit 'em Up. It's like, yo, it just didn't happen. Either, like I said with Ether, it didn't happen overnight.
At all.
Ether dropped on Hove's birthday, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Like December 4th.
Yeah.
Like, Takeover came out September 11th, and he did it at Summer Jam when he first said, you know, Nas don't want it with Hov.
He don't want it with Hov.
Like, that was in the summer.
And
like,
then the album came out September 11th.
It came out 9/11, and it's like Nas dropped Ether the day Stillmatic dropped. Like,
right.
Yeah, like it really was time. So it's like people like, yo, Remy dropped last night. Why nigga ain't respond? I'm just like, yo, she in like Paris. Like she at Fashion Week. Like, I don't really think she cares about this. Then she drops the diss record, and it's like people are going crazy. Why would she put Drake and Wayne on the track? Here go. Funny is, the chick was like, who puts features on a diss track? Chad's like, everybody.
Like,
but she explained it though. She explained it. She like, yo, this is what we do. We gonna bomb on you and make hit records while we do it. So like, she really was letting you know.
That's the exact. That's where I'm at. Like the song "No Frauds." Now I seen it like
number 1 in 12 countries.
Number 1 in 12 countries, and it's like it's number 2 in like in 30 other countries, and it's like they're gonna. Remy can't even perform Sheether. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Yeah, we gonna dish you. It's like Drake to Drake.
You can't even eat off of
Drake to Drake. It's like back to back. Yeah, Drake. Drake's like, yeah, I'm a dish you, but I'm gonna go 3 times platinum with this. This is gonna get 1 billion streams, and I'm gonna get nominated for a Grammy.
And you're gonna hear this every day.
And you're gonna hear this everywhere you go. It's like,
so can we concede this? Did Nicki officially go ahead and let it be known once she made the statement that this is what we do at Young Money? We'll bomb on you and then still make a hit record that basically Meek just got destroyed.
Meek caught a straight on the diss record. Period.
I'm saying, but she said this is what we do at Young Money. Like this is what we do over here, and not too many of them.
You gotta understand something though. This is Nicki Minaj family. That's who she came into it with. Absolutely. So it's like, yeah, she was with Meek, and I, like I told you before, she was A1 respectful in the relationship because you never seen her like she stayed away from Drake, fell back from all of that shit. So it's like, yo, the relationship over. It's a grown-ass woman. She can do what the fuck she wants. Okay. So it's like, why not go home? Why not go to where you can be number 1 in 12 countries in a week? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would Nicki be out here running around with anybody else in rap besides Drake and Lil Wayne? That don't even make sense.
Go hang with
and they never disrespected it even
like
in the midst
Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. Like start singing this murder. Like what did y'all expect? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she's in a 19 album contract anyway. Real like she gotta scream Young Money, Cash Money anyway. Like she ain't got no choice.
Years old.
Like, and it's just like
65 at retirement age. This is Young Money to the death of me.
My thing is like they both
got 4 more albums left.
They keep coming at each other about getting work done to their bodies. It's like, all right, y'all both have work done to your bodies.
Clearly,
let's clear that. Let's stop.
Let's
that
go ahead and throw the eye test. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Remy's first diss was dope. I liked it a lot. I'm probably never going to listen to it again because it's 7 minutes long, and I just don't want to give up 7 minutes of my life to that. The second diss was pretty ass. Probably the worst shit I've ever heard. Nicki's song, as the days go on, it ain't even about the diss, but
the song itself.
I caught myself this
in the
today.
shower last night, getting ready for the turn up.
I caught myself today singing this shit, doing this shit.
Singing that, Joe. I'm like, yo, she got me. Like,
real talk.
I'm like, crazy. This bridge. I'm like, this pre-hook. You got me. You reeled me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Wayne versus Terrible is sounding better and better every day.
Wayne got to start doing a lot of drugs again.
Yo, Wayne said they don't make him like me no more. I started to put a tweet up, and I said, Wayne said, they don't make him like me no more. I'm a dinosaur. I wanted to put a joint up that said dinosaurs everywhere with a picture of the dinosaurs looking at his dumb ass. Like, boy, what are you talking about? Like, Wayne, go away.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It's just...
Baby, can you pay Wayne so I can get some good rapping out of him, please?
Yeah, something.
Because it's like, yo, his shit is like Under Armour stock. Like Under Armour stock is down 57% right now. Like it was up 400% last year. It's down 57% year over year. I'm stressed. Like anybody that owns Under Armour stock is stressed. Like anybody with Lil Wayne stock is stressed right now.
I just found it hilarious that people were like really mad that she put Drake and Wayne on the song. It's like, check this out. She knows she got to respond to Remy. She got to do something. All right, cool. How about this? I'm going to put Drake and Wayne on the song. Me, Drake, and Wayne haven't done a song in like 30 months. So the public, regardless of what we say, is going to eat it up because they haven't heard us three on a track in years. So that's why when you look and you see that it's the number 3 song in 20 countries, the number 2 song in 34 countries, the number 1 song in 12 countries, it's like, yeah, it was kind of like genius to put them on the track because she just tied Aretha for the most Hot 100 entries for a woman. She's going to become the number 1 with this song. Yeah. Like it's going to be with this song that she becomes the number. And that's why she hauled on. If you've seen it, she told Remy like, you got 72 hours to make a hit. Now I'll give you $500,000. Like,
so my thing is this though. Also, like, when do the culture got to stop? You know what I'm saying? Got to stop with the favoritism because it's like. People will applaud Jay every time when he decides to respond back, how he decides to respond back when it worked for him.
Carl don't like JayZ.
Like, no.
That just came out of left field. Like, well, what we gonna do about Hove?
Because y'all started it off with the same thing by saying like, yo, this historically has been hip hop. So it's just like, but you know, we say JayZ because everybody else did. We talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like, Pac and Big did. So we use Jay because he's a living example. But Jay will literally pop up. Probably like 6 months from now when he ready to give you an album, and then you'll see the indirect joints about Drake, and then you be like, oh, Jake.
I said it. Drake went to the school of sneak disses.
Yeah.
Because Jay-Z's the teacher.
From it. He
learned from Jay-Z. Every one of Drake lines is a sneak diss about someone. Yeah. And if you look at Jay in late 90s.
They said they threw a line at Button on the No Frost record.
Yeah, it's always
said, why niggas got to be in it that ain't never in it?
It's always a sneak diss somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Why you talk like you doing this podcast talking shit about me?
Right.
Why you always in something?
Like it's always a sneak diss, the looming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jay used to throw so many sneak disses at
Everybody.
Mace, X, you name them. They was just coming, and it's just like that's kind of where Drake has become in this generation. Like every time he spits a line, it's like, who the fuck is that about?
Yeah, it's
you know
like
what I'm saying?
peel back the onion and see what is he really talking about.
Exactly. So it's like, it's funny. My pop's in the hospital. I was chilling with him today for a little second, and my pop, he's 68, so he older dude, and he's like, man, I love y'all show. I don't know about half of the shit y'all talking about, but the show is hilarious. And he was like, y'all keep talking about the dissing songs. He's like, is that really what they do? Like, where did that start? I'm like, well, that's part of the culture, like rap culture, like. He was like, I'm like, what, Biggie and Pac? I'm like, before them, I'm like, No Vaseline with Ice Cube, shit. You go back to MC Shan and KRS-One, like The Bridge is Over and all of that shit. Like it's just, that's been part of the culture for years. It's just that Biggie and Pac, the situation became so big and such a global phenomenon that people wound up getting beat up. You know, Death Row was peeing on people. You know what I'm saying?
Stabbed.
Like, shot, hang off, balcony, everything. They tried the one John I was watching. They said Suge cornered Puff bodyguard and made him drink some pee. That was Suge. One of Puff bodyguards and tried to beat Puff mom address and Puff address out of him and shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up with these niggas and making niggas drink piss? It's like,
Nas said that. Nas said he caught Pac slipping somewhere. He's like, yo, I had 80 dudes with me. We could have washed them. And I let him go. And they said, and Snoop was like, Pac immediately was like, yeah, these niggas scared, these bitch ass niggas. Like, it's like, yo, they gave you a pass. Yeah. And that, and not to talk about a dead person, but that's kind of how you know, like, Pac wasn't a real nigga, man, because it's like when somebody catch you slipping and give you a pass, you supposed to be the most gracious person on earth, knowing like, yo, I could have died tonight.
Not when you trying to sell 10 million. Like,
exactly. So instead, he went and said, hey, these niggas is chumps. I got these niggas shook. Like, yo, my nigga, you're in New York City at the VMAs. You could die tonight. Like, it would be a global tragedy, but you could die tonight easily. And one of these Queensbridge niggas is gonna stick their hand up and say, "Yeah, it was me," and go do the tick for it at Rikers.
They said Nas and them niggas was like robbing niggas in the crowd while he was performing back in the day. I read a joint about that. Said when Nas dropped Illmatic, said he would come on stage at whatever venue they was at, and his homies would run in the crowd and start robbing niggas during the concert. Like,
that sound like New York.
Yeah, New York.
That sound like New York.
Yo, real quick, New York isn't the craziest place on the planet anymore. It is Chicago now, officially.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of the shit that's going on in Chicago this week? First you had the chick poured bleach down her boyfriend's throat.
And laughed about it.
Laughed about it. That was crazy. Then there's a video, I actually sent it to you, where it's like a Chicago gangster nigga. He won a settlement for $25 million. Instead of like changing his life, this boy like
riding around in a new drop top.
He bought guns and like
with a Draco
for his set.
Can we talk about how the Draco is ruining urban culture? Like the Draco is ruining urban America. It's like, so wait a minute. You're telling me I can get a semi-automatic pistol grip assault rifle, and I can slide it in between my seat and the console? I need 10 of those.
Only in America.
I need 10 of those. You know what I'm saying? You see him ride up in the car. It's like, hey, man, watch my car. Yo. What, man? Ain't nobody watch your car. Bang, bang, bang.
Shot the ball on camera.
All in the leg. And then has a high-speed chase, bangs out the car, and then goes to jail.
Like he didn't just get a big settlement for $25 million.
Keeping it real goes wrong, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Keeping it real goes wrong, man.
Chicago was
so now you got to go do probably 7.5 to 13 or something, and then you just got to sit, and you gonna go to jail and tell all the jail niggas, yeah, you know I got $25 million, right?
Yeah. Hey, like, man, he gonna be the first boy upstate with an iPhone, man. the iPhone 10.
He gonna have an iPhone on the whole block. Buy all you niggas iPhones, man. Make sure nothing happens to me, man. Buy you niggas iPhones.
70-inch flat screen in his hut. joint big as the wall in the hut.
Yeah, real tough. Chicago's nuts. It's just insane. Drake's dropping another album this week.
Saturday.
Yeah. Showing off why he's the GOAT again. It's like
hella long. It's like 22.
It's like 18, 19 tracks.
Longer than that.
Was it
it's like 21, 22 or something like that.
Wow.
But I saw.
Can he rap on it, please, man? I couldn't do views. I'm sorry. I'm not here to. I'm not here for the depression rap,
I
man.
haven't been back to Views since it initially dropped. I haven't listened to it one time since it dropped.
Yeah.
Like I've listened to certain songs. Like I listened to Grammy. Like it's a record where he's rapping on a couple of songs, but like for the most part, I haven't revisited that album.
It's a good album. I still listen to If You're Reading This. Like I love that.
Me too.
I thought the album was great. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but this is my thing with Drake, and this is why I like getting these arguments with people, and they like, how can you put Drake in your top 10? It's like, how can you not? It's like he became the guy and don't stop. That's why JayZ is JayZ, dropping every summer. You know what I'm saying? You look at these other rappers, it take them months to just do mixtapes, to just do an album take 2-3 years for most of these dudes. You look at since he dropped back to back. He put out an album with Future that went number 1, sold 400,000 first week. Yeah. He went on an American leg of the Boy Meets World tour with Future. He went on a European leg of the Boy Meets World tour with Thug. He done dropped Views that sold 4 million copies, got a song that got streamed 1 billion times. He won 2 Grammys. He won 2 Grammys. He was the ambassador for the All-Star game last year. And now he's dropping. He a machine. He stay right there and keep doing it. And
got all them little dirty niggas in the studio like, yo, little dirty niggas, keep churning these records out. You know what I'm saying? The Drake train does not stop. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Like, and the other day, going back to the Remy and them shit, Ayo sent me a picture of, I guess it's like a fake diss record or whatever that's supposed to be coming out with Papoose and Remy Ma called Culture Vultures. And I'm like, it was dissing. It was 3 owls, Wayne, Nicki, and Drake, right? And I told Ayo, I said, listen, my man, if you think that, I said, Drake didn't respond to Joe Budden, amazing lyricist. Yeah. He didn't respond to Joe Budden. If you think he's about to rap with Papoose.
He gave Joe a line, pump it up. Right. Like, he gave him a little line, but no, he didn't respond to him.
Once Joe started dropping the 19 diss records.
Yeah. 42 tracks.
He was like, I'm not doing this, Joe. You know what I'm saying? He was sending them Instagram DMs like, yo, you know you're a nut ass nigga, right? Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna rap with you. You know you're a nut ass nigga. I'm gonna fuck your bitch, right? So I'm like, if he didn't engage in Joe Budden, phenomenal rapper, what do you think he's gonna rap with Rakim too? Like, you think he's gonna rap against Papoose?
I saw.
Like, I said I would rather him pay $100,000 to get them 2 shot together in New York City than make a diss track against fucking Remy Ma and Papoose.
When the track first dropped, Ayo was like, oh, word, Drake on it? I know Papoose in the house right now with 3 fitteds on, waiting to drop a diss track.
Listening for anything, like...
All right, yo.
If that nigga say remember, reminisce, anything with REM in it, I'm on this nigga top.
4 a.m. and Crown Fried. When that shit dropped, like, yo, that's gonna be the Drake diss. 4 a.m. and Crown Fried. Like, yeah. Papoose can rap. It's just Papoose.
He can rap, but it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, Papoose is, like, Kendrick Lamar let Papoose perform on his Summer Jam set, and then Papoose dissed the nigga right afterwards. Yeah, you nut ass nigga, you better let me perform. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with this
Papoose had a hit, though, didn't he?
Papoose was on the Touch It remix.
The Touch It, that wasn't his song.
That wasn't his song, but he had a hit record out around that same time, which is why he...
Oh, that was the hit I was thinking about. It was the Touch It remix.
Yeah.
That was the joint he had the tattoos on his fingers and shit.
What hit Papoose had?
That's the Touch It. No, Touch It. He was on the remix.
But you said he had a hit. I'm like, wait,
that was the hit.
Oh, okay.
That was the hit.
I'm about to say, he was unsigned hype for like 15 years, man. His run was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They was giving Papoose about 30 mixtapes, man, in 6 years.
He had 30 mixtapes in a month.
Yeah.
He can put a mixtape out every day for a month.
He got a video where he raps using the letters of the alphabet backwards. Like, he starts with Z, and he goes, I got the W, and just
I watched that video. I watched like 2 minutes of that video. I said, I'm a dick. I tweeted it. I said, I'm a dickhead.
I got the W, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I just watched 2 minutes and 14 seconds of Papoose rapping the alphabet backwards. I'm a dickhead.
He was writing, he wrote Z, and then wrote some shit with Z's, and wrote Y.
Throwing words that just rhyme.
And then when he got the W, he did that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. Like, I'm tripping.
But you got to think though, the average person from the hood vocabulary is like limited to like 20 words.
So
when they watch you even just go from A to H, you know what I'm saying? Or you went from Z to S. Right. They like, man, like,
this is phenomenal.
The comments,
what is he gonna do next?
The comments I see on this show, they be like, yo, you and Chad crack me up with y'all vocabulary because it's like y'all talk so proper, and it's just like, I mean, yeah, like my whole life I heard I talk white. People hate my voice. Yeah. They're like, yo, you don't sound like you look. People think I'm about to be like, yo, man.
You grew up in Penrose Heights.
Hey, man, listen. Penrose Heights.
Of course.
Penrose Hills.
Yeah, it's not Somerset. No, nothing like Somerset, baby.
Shout out to Somerset, man.
Listen.
24th of Somerset, man. Shout out to Somerset, man. I was just down there a couple days ago.
Yeah, I drive through there quickly. I do the tray every now and then. Come down there. It's a wild area.
It's a wild area.
Yeah, it's crazy around there.
Can we talk about Young Dolphin real quick?
Yeah.
Yo, Young Dolph is now the greatest rapper ever from Memphis.
He's not the greatest ever from Memphis.
Yes, he is.
8 Ball and MJG. Don't do that.
Well, he's the second greatest.
It's still ain't Young Buck from Memphis? No, he from Cashville.
Yeah.
That's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Young
Don't do
Dolphin,
Gotti like that. Don't do Gotti like
Listen,
that, man. Don't do Gotti like
Gotti sent somebody to shoot Dolph, and they shot 100 times, and nobody got hurt.
I heard.
No, barely any glass broke.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean, the truck was bulletproof. So it's like, that's,
He's like, this is what you done?
Yeah.
Like, this is what you done? All right, man. You done? All right, see you later. So Young Dolph is putting out an album called Bulletproof.
Yeah.
The promo video.
All the shells.
All the shells falling on the ground. And the track listing. I got to read the track listing on
The track
air.
list is a diss.
The track list
Have you
is
seen it?
a
it
one
got,
long disc.
Mind you, it got text to me, so that's how I know. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yo, I have to read y'all this, man. I say, yo, Young Dolph is the greatest, man.
He's not the greatest. But it's
100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof, so fuck them. That's how I feel. Featuring Gucci Mane. I'm so real. I pray for my enemies. I'm everything you want to be, so that's why you envy me. Shaking my head.
I know the songs.
Those are the songs.
Those are songs.
And then they get Gucci on there. You know what I mean? That was real strategic, man.
Yeah.
That was real strategic, man. That was, to get Gucci on there. But man, no, Gotti, man, Gotti the king, man, king of Memphis, man. I mean, like, yo, and that's just my previous days, man, listening to Gotti, man. True story. Like, I remember, man, when we was listening to Gotti right back in the day, and I used to tell people, like, man, I'm listening to Gotti over JayZ. And the reason why, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know y'all, y'all gonna have y'all viewers, man. Y'all got stands and all that across the country, man. Matt, or the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Matt said 43 countries.
Don't get it 43, man.
43, my fault. Yeah. So, but dig, man, the reason I would tell my mans, and then when we would ride around and listening to Gotti, right? I like Gotti because I could relate more to Gotti. So it's like, JayZ start talking about stuff, man, way above your head, man. So you're like the average street boy listening to JayZ. JayZ talking about 123 kilos, and you know what I'm saying? Right. Man, you lucky you got 123 grams. You know what I'm saying? But Gotti be talking about, Gotti talk about how he set you up. They coming right back through the same door they bought the work from you with, and it's just like, man, Gotti from North Philly. It's like he not from Memphis. Like, he gotta be from the hood. Like, he gotta be from our hood. So
that's what I say about JayZ though. When people be like, I relate to Jay, and I be like, You're poor. I don't understand.
Been talking down to you for 23 years.
Yo,
like,
you ain't got no.
JayZ was rich when Big Daddy Kane was out. Mm-hmm. At no point in his rap career was he ever hit.
Yeah,
never.
Crazy.
Like, our first time seeing JayZ, that picture where he had that was his jewelry. That wasn't somebody else's jewelry. He was 17, 18 years old. That was his jewelry. Right. You know what I'm saying? He met Emery because he was in Baltimore getting to it. Mm-hmm. You don't be 19 years old with a friend from Baltimore. Yeah. And it's just by happenstance. Right. Like, you out Eastern Shore getting to it.
Like, I was telling Rod the other day, I'm like, yo, I'm a very knowledgeable person. And if I don't know it, I'll go find the information so that I understand it. Legit, when Jay drop a verse now, I got to call somebody. I'm like, what is this? What does this mean? Because you just don't know. It's next level shit. He's not talking about.
Even Drake, though. He did it with Drake. I mean, Drake came out publicly and was like, man, he's rapping about art right now. Yeah. Like Drake couldn't even understand Jay.
Every verse has some art reference.
Some art reference. Like, Drake, like, man, what does this mean? Who are you talking about?
It was funny when he said the joint on the All the Way Up remix, he said, Blue looking like Pac in the tub. David LaChapelle, levels of not giving a fuck. I'm like, the fuck? I called Rob. I'm like, what the fuck is it, David LaChapelle? He's like, David LaChapelle is the boy who took the picture of Pac laying in the tub with the gold. I'm like, I'm in the shop the next day. My man was like, what the fuck is it, David LaChapelle? I'm like, nigga, David LaChapelle is the nigga who took the picture of Pac. The fuck, y'all uncultured ass niggas. What is you ignorant?
You didn't quote the source of the information. It just came from you.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's really where it be at, though. It's like, I understand what you're saying with Gotti and JayZ. It's like same shit I always say with Jay and Nas. It's like, I relate it to Nas. When Nas say, I stepped over dope fiends, walking out the door, all of us poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you relate to Nas because he's really talking about the black plight. When Nas said, when they do make the car, your chips ain't right. By the time you can afford it, the car ain't important. That was that's nigga life.
I said, that's my
That's
life.
nigga life.
I said, what?
Right.
So I've been saving up money
Nigga
for this car all this time.
nigga be on
To get my
Instagram.
2013.
New models coming
Nigga be
out.
on Instagram sitting on a 2013 like, yeah, I just got this joint here flexing.
Like, you do know the 18 is out.
Yeah, real
The
shit.
18 is out today, nigga. It's March.
That's nigga life. So it's just like I related to him more. And it's just like as Jay's gotten older and richer, it's like I don't even know what he's talking about now. When he drops records, it's just something else.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No, that's real.
But
so,
yeah,
yeah, man. So y'all don't take nothing away from Gotti, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
Dolph's
saying?
not the king of Memphis. Not Gotti either. 8-Ball and MJG really happened. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like Gotti. I've gotten into the young Dolph fucking with Chad. He has me listening to Dolph now every now and then. But
Pusha T said, listening to Young Dolph to the pack gone. I relate to him.
See, I don't want to listen.
Dolph
I don't
is
want to listen to no current youngs and no current littles. Like Chad know my stance on this music. So when y'all talking about hip hop being dead and all that, man, listen, man, this thing is dead right now, man.
I say it all the time. It's like the money kind of killed everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no passion, it's no love for it. Like back in the day, like this is a perfect example. I'm telling my homie the other day. Did you see the video of Jadakiss breakdancing?
No.
Did you see it?
Oh, no, that would traumatized me, man.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Jadakiss he hauled off and started breakdancing, spinning on his head and everything. He nice as shit. But I'm like, you know why? Because when he was a young boy, he was a fan of the fucking culture. Pac was a background dancer. It's like you just couldn't show up with the way it is now with a song on the internet and blow and just be like Lil Yachty hauled off and was like, yeah, Biggie was overrated. It's like Lil Yachty would have got beat the fuck up in 96. Let him showed up in 96 and be like, yeah, Raekwon overrated. They'd have showed up where he was at. And it's just like, it's not like that. Like everything now is just soft. It's just super, what's the word? Sensitive. Like it's just weird the way all this shit is now. JaVale McGee mom had to step in like, yo, Shaq, leave
Stop bullying my son.
Like Charles Oakley would have beat Shaq up, his mom up. He'd have made Shaq pay him $80,000 for nothing. It's just a different aura and element now.
I hate it, man.
Yeah.
Don't give me these purple haired beret wearing rappers, man. I don't want nothing to
Don't
do
do
with
that.
it.
I kind of like Uzi.
No,
man,
dog,
man.
Uzi's terrible, man.
Listen,
and it's bad. It's bad because I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, man, this is the influence, right, that this culture has, right, on the youth, and we got adults out here because adults do the same thing. Like Game, 39 years old, went and got 2 braids in his head, and you had a bunch of grown men getting the same damn haircut.
Yeah,
listen, that's problematic, man. Yo, my sons was playing 2K, right? I got 13-year-old, 9-year-old. My youngest is 3. Son's playing 2K. These boys got basketball players. Yo, these boys got blonde hair. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, hey, yo, wait, this y'all creative player. They got the last name day and everything else. And I'm like, so hold up. Who these dudes supposed to be? They like, our creative players. Well, why they got blonde braids and one boy got a blonde fro or something? They like, Dad, because that's cool. Wait, who told you that was cool? And I'm sitting there, what is y'all talking about? They like, man, Odell got blonde hair and then what's the name in this rapper? I said, no, man, listen, man, y'all got to stop watching TV, man, because we ain't down with this, man.
I saw somebody on Twitter, Bull he posted a picture, I guess, of himself, and the Bull commented, like retweeting, was like, "Yo, bro, you look flames with some top braids," and they started grinding him up. Like what?
No, man.
He told the boy that, yeah, you look flame with some top braids. I'm like, yeah, that top braid shit is crazy.
Some nigga DM me and say, yeah, I would love to see you in some custom pieces.
I would love to see you.
I was like, decline. I'm going to decline this DM. I don't even know what you mean by that.
Wait,
like,
what?
He was like a designer or something, but I'm
man.
like, bro, I'm on your page. I don't see no clothes. So like, what are you saying here? Like, what are you saying? Like, I'm confused right now. Like,
I'd love to see you in some
I'm taking it
custom
back,
pieces.
and it's not cool to be homophobic, so I'm just going to decline your DM and let you go back wherever the fuck you came from.
Did you see 50 on Drink Champs? Did you watch that 50 on Drink
I
Champs?
didn't. I heard the audio. I didn't watch the video though.
But 50 said when they was at Chris Lighty wedding, he was like, because Steve Stout was like talking bad about him when he first tried to get on.
He caught him at the Knicks game.
And Nori, they was at the wedding, and Nori was like piping it. Nori was like, yeah, I was piping it up, trying to get 50 and Stout to fight at the wedding. But he was like in the midst of this, 50 was like, in the midst of this shit, we all at the same table. Me, Puff, Nori, Stout, couple of motherfuckers. He's like, they start arguing, Nori and Stout. He's like, and then in the midst of this, Puff like leaned over to me and was like, yeah, man, when we gonna get a chance to kick it, hang out, let's go shopping, I'll pay for it. It's like, wait, what the fuck did this nigga just say?
You coming on to me, nigga? Trying to take me on a date?
No, man.
Yeah, I fell out off of that shit.
No, man, but hip hop, man, keep, you know what I mean, just, I'm cool. My son, they like to be smart, so they you know what I mean, they do stuff to me like.
I'm showing Carl Kiss breakdancing.
Yo, man, don't show me this, man. I just know
he was killing that shit.
I just know Kiss for Guns work and everything else, man.
Dog, nice as shit. But back in the day, being like coming up through rap, like that's what it was. B-boy, breakdancing, motherfucking DJs,
Good
battling.
time, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. So it's like you really had to be a fan of that, and you had to respect what was before you. Now you could just show up, drop some shit on the internet, get a deal, and then be like, yeah, fuck everybody before me. It's just the way it is.
Shit. I mean, and now these artists, they don't even want, like, it's not even cool to get a record deal no more because SoundCloud pays so much and Live Nation is giving you a touring deal. Once you reach a certain threshold, you don't even need a label. It's like, yo, you can sell merch, you can sell shows, the tickets, you can get rich. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you need. And Lil Uzi is learning that now because he like, I'm a jackass for signing to this dumbass label because nothing that Don Cannon and DJ Drama can do to help him. Everything that he's getting is off of his own merit. He's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
With?
Don Cannon and DJ Drama.
Yeah.
He signed a Generation Now at Atlantic, but he's like, yo, every time I put a song on my fucking SoundCloud, they yank the shit down. And he's doing 10 million plays on his SoundCloud. That's bread. Yeah. Because his page is monetized. But they yanking the shit down because they don't get none of that money.
Yeah. God blocking that, man, because boy ain't right. That's what that is, man. God blocking that, man. Boy ain't right, man.
I like Lil Uzi, but he's mad androgynous.
I don't want to see somebody I listen to. I call a rapper, you know what I'm saying, in a Chinese store, man. Yeah, man, shaking in there, man, shimmying like you know, like one of them freaky crackheads or something, man. Like you can't, no, man. Man. And y'all listen, y'all gotta be mindful what y'all listening to, man. Yeah. So you know, I can't get down with that, man.
All right, real quick, just to go back a couple episodes, we did the top 5. Real quick, what's your top 5 rappers since we got on?
Rappers.
What's Pastor Carl's top 5?
All right, Pastor Carl's top 5 rappers, man, in no particular order. You know, I got Pac, Jay, and Big in there. Kiss and T.I. That's it. That's
not bad. T.I. was one we didn't give any mention to, who I really, really like.
People gotta respect Tip, man.
I like Tip.
Tip had a legendary run. My problem with T.I. is the same problem I have with Lil Wayne, is that his fall off is so precipitous. It's so bad. Like, I don't want to hear nothing from T.I. in 2016 or 17.
I think it's just because T.I. completely changed up. He became, what's the boy who toured with Paul Mooney? Dick Gregory. He became the Dick Gregory of rap. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, but Dick, if you really listen to that Us vs. Them, right? Lyrically, he on point.
I mean,
and he talking about real stuff. But see, that's the problem because we let these weirdos control the culture and the generation. So that's why it's like, old head, I ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about because I just want to hear you mumble.
But at the same time, you got to understand that when T.I. rose to prominence, it was, I pull up in a blue coupe that's damn near clear in polo gear that don't drop till next year. Like, that's what made us like T.I. So it's like when you become who you become and you got the reality show. You know, his reality show about to hit 100 episodes. Like, he had a crazy run with that. It's like,
I think his reality show did him in as a rapper for me.
That's what I was about to say.
But now going back to JayZ though. Jay talking about art, and we knew JayZ from Reasonable Doubt. So
I don't care for that neither.
Exactly. That's what I was about to
I don't care for that neither.
We said it a couple episodes ago. Like, I'm really good on JayZ. I don't need to hear another JayZ album.
So now see, like,
JayZ is aging badly in rap. Nas is aging gracefully.
So we look, but we
still putting out classic albums.
And this is a good podcast, by the way, because we got some intelligent brothers here.
It's like DMX aged
horribly. But dig it though, right? The same way you saying you know T.I. for what you know him for, in the same instance, most hip hop critics will critique Meek Mill because they say he don't rap about nothing different. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna knock a T.I. who's growing.
No, I wasn't knocking T.I.
I'm just saying, but wait, because he's like, yo, all right, we know you Tip for this, but at the same time, you bringing us this. Now, mind you, my thing with T.I., even on that stance, like when you talk about, you know what I mean, like, yo, you us against them or whatever the joint was. When you talking about that, that's cool, but then don't jump back on the joint, man. And then you talking about shooting. You know
can I say this real quick?
Shooting in the face and blah, blah, blah.
Let me say this real quick. As far as rap, it is very, 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 very difficult for you to change up your plight or your message. You understand what I'm saying? It's like having a resume. You know how you got your objective at the top of your resume? That really don't change regardless of what job you going to apply for.
Trying to get a job, make a lot of money, fuck these hoes.
Exactly. But let me say this. Pac did it. Pac literally went from black activist to party boy to fuck everybody, I'm gonna kill everybody, all these niggas can die. He did it and did it well and sold at all of those joints. JayZ was JayZ. So when JayZ switches up and does something else, it's like, look at Nas, street poet, painting pictures beautifully, Black Girl Lost, I Gave You Powers, those type songs. When Nas hauled off and did, you owe me for the ice. It's like, nah, Nas, this ain't you. Rapping on, you don't want to hear Nas on a Timberland beat. You just don't. Because the beat is too jiggy, it's too up tempo. You're like, nah, I'm good on this. So that's like that's what I'm saying as far as Meek. I want to hear Meek do they know the difference. Like I want to hear them joints because Meek, I say all the time, one of my favorite Meek songs is the R.I.P. Lil Snoop joint because he just was talking crazy on it. Like that's the shit you want to hear from Meek. Rapping crazy, talking fly. That's what.
And when you make a stance to become like a politicized rapper, there's still a certain way that you got to do it to make it publicly viable to where we don't think it's complete shit. Right. Like remember Ice Cube made America Cause Most Wanted album, classic, flawless album, and he's talking about what he's talking about. Even the early NWA albums, that's a politically like charged album, like fuck the police and them type of records that they're making. It's not just
man, public enemy.
Exactly. Right. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers. Like if you can't present your art in that way to still draw the listener into where it's like, oh, T.I. on some bullshit, then you might got to go back to your core. His last hit record was with what? The king of mumble rap, Young Thug.
It was with Thugger.
Oh my goodness. Which was terrible to me, man.
Phenomenal record, though.
Great record.
I didn't like it, man.
With double platinum.
See, man, Chad be in the clubs too much. That's why I tell Chad all the time. We talk about rap, man.
But what it is, I'm a futurist, period. Like, I don't want to get so stuck in nostalgia that I ignore the dope shit that's happening in front of me. So it's like, I've watched Young Thug go from, like, kind of real people in, like, with the Lil Wayne stuff, and then put out Barter 6, and it's like, this is one of the best albums I ever heard in my life. Like, just because of the way it's produced, his diction, his subject matter, all that, it's a cool album. Like, and he just consistently puts out dope records. And the way that he structures and vocally produces his music don't sound like nobody else.
Let me ask you this: do you like Future?
No.
Oh man,
no.
Future's the god of the trap rap. Yeah.
No, man.
Future took the T.I. Gucci Man thing and just took it somewhere else.
And we can go right into Future. Future just became the first rapper ever to have back-to-back #1 albums 1 week after another. He dropped Future, was #1 in the country, dropped Hendrix, #1 in the country. First rapper ever to do it. Only like 2 other people have ever done that.
When you got the culture though, man, it's easy to do.
Hey.
When you got the culture, it's easy to do. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. It's when you have the culture and you got the formula right now. So the formula works. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we can't ignore. The formula works. When you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your producer, like, listen, I don't like Future because for one, I just think what he rapping when he rap is just real average to me. It's average. Like lyrically, it's average. But one thing, I came in this car one time and my son was playing Future or something, and I was like, I'm riding with it though. And I'm hearing the beat, his production be A1.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Metro Boomin doesn't play around.
But again though, like what he talking about, you be sitting there really reciting it and you just be like, see, what am I really saying right now, man?
It's like looking for a lyrically, like that's the reason I tell him all the time. It's like when I want to hear lyrics, I'll put on Nas, I'll put on Prodigy first album, HNIC, I'll put on
Slept On classic album,
great album. I'll put on
BG's performance on Young Black Entrepreneurs.
Dog, I'll put on
BG slept on. Yeah. Period. When you start talking about Southern rappers and whatnot,
I'll put on We Are the Streets. I'll put on The Truth. You know what I'm saying? I'll put on The Becoming. It's like when I want to hear somebody really rapping and killing it. But it's like when I put on Future, I know what I'm about to get. I'm about to be
when I'm driving from Philly to DC or something like that. I need that to keep me. To keep me energized and make my drive go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's car music.
Yeah.
Well, I say this though. Now this may be a little controversial, but if that's the case, man, if I'm gonna do that, I probably listen to Meek Mill because he gonna give you the energy, and he can actually rap, You know what I'm saying? So,
but he jumping in their lane. He's intentionally doing what Future and Metro and Sonny and Thug is doing on purpose.
Like Meek got a song on DC4 where he
that's
literally
the formula,
is
though.
rapping.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that's the formula. That's the sound. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just like that's the formula right now. So it's like 50 knocked Ja Rule for singing on tracks,
And then did the same
took the
thing.
formula and just took the formula and mastered the formula.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's just like for me, when I be looking at some of these rappers, and I'm talking about rappers, I listen to what's being said. I mean, because I use words. I'm called to use words, so I pay attention to words. So it's like when I'm listening to rap, I can't respect it if you're not really rapping good to me. Like I don't care about. I'll say the beat is dope, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not going to take it all in. And I'm not going to let the culture influence or dictate, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying about people's ability to rap. It's just like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I understand what you're saying.
So
What
like
I would
it's like
say
I
is-
respect the dude like Dave. He can rap to me. He can
Super
rap.
rap.
Yeah, he can
Super
rap.
rap.
So when we talk about rappers, I'm like, yo, he's a dope rapper. But it's just like Future, entertainer. I can't call him a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He giving you a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? Now, one of the joints, he, you know, depressed R&B rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can keep that. Talk about ex-girlfriends and who he did this to.
I haven't really listened to that album at all. The other album, Future, that's all. I'm
Future's
locked
all
in.
that. I like Future.
People, listen. I tweeted the other day. I said, "Yo, y'all got on here and told me that the Future album was horrible, and Mask Off is the #1 song on iTunes for 4 weeks in a row. Like, y'all are dickheads." You know what I'm saying? It's like
the album, it ain't, you know, DS2,
right.
but it's okay. It's
But my
good
whole
album.
thing is this: Future, audio wise, he'll trick you sometimes into almost like this is horrible, and then you'll go back and then you play it and you like, this is amazing.
One thing Future has done that's dope to me, he's mastered the 2-minute song. So
Yeah.
where you have to play the
2
song.
minutes and 46 seconds.
You have to play
In
the
and
song
out.
35 times. You know
2
what I'm
minutes,
saying?
2 minutes 32 seconds. You like, how did he do 3 hooks and 2 verses in 2
From
minutes?
beginning
Like,
to end
how?
in 3
Like,
minutes. Real talk. So you got to play the song 35 times when you listen to this shit.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. When I first heard, what's the joint on Esco, the mixtape?
Too much song?
Married to the Game.
Oh, Married to the Game.
I literally played it 100 times back to back. You just have to when you hear them songs. Like, they that melodic and it's just good. Where we can go with this Future shit real quick.
Do he owe Russell Wilson a Rumble?
That's where I just was about
Yeah.
to go.
You about to ask me that?
The Sierra baby picture dropped with Russell Wilson eating her ass.
Did you see that they edited that? Where they changed the picture
It
now, the
was
final
fu-
picture?
yeah, I seen
Baby
that.
Future has pants on now.
Yeah. Baby Future butt ass naked. How do you feel about the pictures, the baby pictures in society now? Do you think they're ridiculous?
Oh man, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm not a fan of even like the single, like half naked pregnancy shots. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even like. I'm not even a fan of them, to be honest with you.
That'd be
'Cause
my joint. It's like, all right, why are you pregnant? Cool.
We get it.
Why is everybody naked in the photo shoot?
Fan,
Like,
and then they cuss you out, and they'll try to go ahead and intellectually break down how you just have a thing against people who's sexual, or you're trying to sexualize everything and respect the art of it. And I just really feel like we're in a culture and day and age where everybody wants an excuse to get naked. You know what I'm
one of my
saying?
homies
It's just
had a baby and they had a baby shower. I didn't go, but I saw the pictures on Facebook and I'm like, this bitch doesn't have any clothes. I'm like, I should have went. Like, yo, this bitch didn't have any fucking gear on. It's like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Like, did you see the chick Jess? She had the baby. She not even pregnant. She just was
Yeah.
butt ass naked with some Jordans on and had the young boy sitting on her chest. And it's
What
just
chick?
like, yeah, it's,
who that?
she a comedian. She do all those videos where she be talking fast and all the multi joints.
no.
And I like a nigga to come fast. And them-
Oh yeah, see, no, I'm about to lose on that. I don't know who
But
that is.
she did a picture. She did a photo shoot with her son, and
she was butt naked. Son was butt naked, sitting on her stomach, and they both had Jordans on.
And George, oh, just
he
you kept
wasn't.
the J's though. The
He
J's.
wasn't naked. She was naked. She was butt ass naked. And I think here, go here.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
man. You got to be careful.
It's like I just don't even understand the point in this. Like
Yeah.
my joint is this. All right, you take the picture like that. Even Sierra joint, you take the picture. Baby Future ain't got no gear.
So why
on.
was Russell face hitting though? Like,
Why
is he not
was-
part of the family
And
though?
why
Like-
was
like,
his
what's-
face in her ass? It just made no sense. And it's like you take these pictures. Why the fuck are they online?
Right.
Like why not just put this on your dresser? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. I totally. Get
Why
what
is
you're saying.
everything for the public?
Public,
Everything for the
everything,
exactly.
everything,
that
everything,
happens now is just
everything,
it
man.
has to go online.
Even I manicure and watch what I, you know what I'm saying, put out.
No
And
doubt.
I'm not nobody. I'm just Chad that throw parties. You know what I'm saying? And I watch certain imaging and stuff like that.
I'm
that
mad
I
to
put up.
drive a bus and
Come on. Y'all just went from talking about 43 country. Now y'all humble now. Y'all humble because the past in the room now. Like,
I'm keeping it a
we
bean.
gonna bring humility in
It's
the room.
just I don't.
Chad just set a Rolex on the table. Talking about, I'm just Chad. I'm nobody.
I've just gotten to the
You know
point
what
where I
I'm
just don't. Everything ain't
Too tight.
like I'm regular ass Matt. I drive a bus. People, the old lady called me a rhinoceros head motherfucker the other night. Yo, real quick, I don't know who the fuck grandma that was. This old lady was mad as shit. Thought I tried to leave her, but that's neither here nor there. But,
Rhinoceros head.
yo, it fucked me up when she said that one. But it's like I'm regular and I don't do this crazy shit. So if you know you got all these eyes, it's like that's what makes me feel like you doing it for that reaction. You doing it purposely.
Yeah. Oh, it's
and it's just
attention. Yeah, gotta be.
Sierra gotta have a seat on this one. Like that, it just looked that ridiculous. But you know, some silly heifers was like, "Oh, I don't see nothing wrong. It's a blended family. It's beautiful." It's like, nah, the young bull's ass naked. Why is your kid naked on the Instagram? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? You ever see the it's become a meme now, but it's like a young boy looking around like holding his shit, looking like, and they like, oh, when you just get done having sex and you looking for your drawers, it's like, it's a funny meme, but why the fuck is there a picture of a 7-year-old naked on the time? Like, who took this picture and posted that shit? Because you don't want to post to the internet, it's the world.
Fam, I hate it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like, why is your kid naked on the Instagram? That just doesn't make any
Whose
fucking
mans is this?
Whose mans is this?
Right.
Like, it don't make no fucking sense.
No doubt.
So it's like the pregnancy joints, the everything, the what's the shit they do?
The gender reveal party.
Gender reveal party.
Yo, listen, I can't even stand that. I don't even understand the concept of it. Like,
it's a party to reveal gender.
Listen,
like,
but culturally, that just goes to show you how we care more about celebratory type stuff, man, than we actually do, man, just about really, really being there. So it's like you're going to celebrate the gender, come through with the gender party, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, the baby shower. And then 92% of the people not even going to be in the kid's life when the kid get here. Yeah. So, damn, we just did all of this celebrating and just did all
Nobody's
this.
Nobody's going to help the kid.
Nobody going to help the kid. Nobody going to care about the kid, how the kid doing in school.
The father's not going to help.
Father's not going to help. Right. He in the photo. He in the photo
like, I hate this bitch. They tricked me. They told me we was going to Red Lobster. How did I end up here?
Real talk. It's just the whole society as a whole with that shit is just going way left, like way left.
Attention, man. That's really the worst drug now, man. Attention is crazy.
I had to calm myself down at times. Like my girl used to say, like, you post too much. You be like, my girl be like, yo, you playing poker, always posting chips and money, and you got to stop. And it's just she like somebody going to do something to you. They going to put you in a trunk. I'm like, what the fuck?
What
trunk
kind of
they,
trunk?
What trunk they gonna put me in? I'm like, they
must be a magnet.
They gonna put me in the back seat, and somebody gonna hold a pistol on me. If anything, they not gonna shove me in the trunk.
Hey,
somebody rented a U-Haul. Somebody rented a U-Haul.
They were like, hey, big man, get in the trunk. They're gonna be like, open the trunk. They're gonna be like, hey, big man, get in the back seat. Ray, keep the pistol on this nigga.
Man.
But it's the truth though. It's like, and I had to take a step back from just posting a lot of where I'm at and what I am. Not even on some like somebody trying to do something to me, but just for what? Somebody said, I can't remember who was the first person I seen say it, but when you having fun, you really ain't got time to pull your phone out and take a picture. And it's just like, I've kind of gotten to that point too, where it's just like, I don't need to document everything I do for what? It's just like, wow, it don't even make sense. So it's like
the dinner plates and everything else, you on a date and everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you married. Of course, yo,
people
date.
can't wait to go in Del Frisco's and get that VIP, boy. Yo, we
at the office,
real quick,
chilling at the office.
Me and Chad, Del Frisco's. We trying to set up a partnership with Del Frisco's. We want to open up a photo center in Del Frisco,
like the Sears Photo Center,
like JC
TRPE Photo Center.
With the steps as
listen,
the
man,
backdrop.
y'all got to be careful, man. Y'all know folks out here stealing ideas, man.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be careful.
This is
man.
a potential 6-figure a year situation.
They're leaving at least $125,000 a year on the table.
Easily.
If we can get this photo center in Del Frisco's, like you come in, we take pictures of you on the steps because that's the background everybody wants.
Get digitals or you can get prints.
You get 2 8x11s and 16 wallets. You go eat. Photos be ready for you when you walking out the door. We can wreck the fuck.
Add it right to the tag.
We can wreck the fuck up.
Yo, and you notice like the competing and comparing age we live in. So like you know what I'm saying? You taking that joint on an iPhone 7 Plus and you tell them like, you know what I'm saying, these joints is $50. You know what I'm saying? So folks will tell you, we don't take our own pictures. We get ours taken at Del Frisco's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You overcharge and folks will really be like, you on another level.
It's crazy to have people going Del Frisco's from the rip. Yo, I told you I was in Del Frisco's not too long ago. Me and my chick went ate. You know, I didn't know photos, none of that shit. I saw sparklers coming through Delph. I'm like, what the hell is that? I said, no, we can't come back
at
here.
Liv?
It's Liv now. They
Is
took it to Liv.
this cameo?
It was a chick birthday. They had sparklers coming through this. I'm like, oh shit! Like it's wild in Del
Yo,
Frisco's.
the bar at Del Frisco's, happy hour on a Friday.
Oh Lord!
From 6 to like 11 at night, you can't move in that
No,
joint
not
around
at
the
all.
bar.
Can't.
There's niggas in there taking pictures and being in the way.
Yeah.
Doing what niggas do best, being in people's way.
So now I can't tell my wife, man. I'm just going to chat happy hour with Chad and Matt, man. We just getting dinner, a little lunch joint from Del Frisco's.
I won't even go to
Not
Del
on that
Frisco's.
day.
Nah,
Not on that
the
day.
hose is there.
Yeah. Real talk.
You can't go there.
Oh no, I ain't going there.
I wouldn't even take you.
keep
The
me-
hose
Del
is there.
Frisco's-
All
my
the
man, keep me
sack
away from
chases is at Del Frisco's.
Del Frisco's has like successfully been getting more and more niggerific every year since slavery ended. Like really should. Since slavery ended, every year Del Frisco's is going down and down and down to the point now where it's like it's more annoying than anything being in there. It's
Crazy thing is though, man, they probably just they really don't care. They monetizing off the demographic. They seeing them come in, but to the point where it might get like Fridays on City Line. Next thing you know, it'll be like, you know what I'm saying, that's when it get burnt out. But it's just like for right now.
I feel like the food is great. I put it in my top 5 when we did the restaurants. The food is great, but it's just the atmosphere is you know, the nigga in the bathroom with the suit. It's just everything.
Well, I can't afford it, so like, you know what I mean. I live through y'all. I just hear through y'all, man.
This
You know what I'm
guy.
saying? So
We ain't even gonna talk about Carl Bentley, man. Like we're gonna leave that out of here. I went to Carl crib. Carl would not open his garage door. He's like, "Stop, leave it alone. Don't touch it." I'm like, "I know it's a Bentley in this goddamn garage." He's like, "Chill, man. Leave that door alone."
So yeah, I just choose. Trust me, y'all, I just choose to drive around in this 2007 Chevy Impala. Like that's what I just choose to. You know, that's my everyday car. You know what I'm saying? So
Let's go political, man. We got Carl here. We can talk about some serious stuff. Did you see Ben Carson?
man, Ben Carson, man,
Somebody needs to cuff Ben Carson to a radiator
and beat him with a pipe.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
just sit him down somewhere. I mean, it just goes to show, like, you can have all the education, all the schooling in the world, but if you a dickhead, you a dickhead.
I just think it's
And
a
he
level.
just don't get it.
It's a level of detachment from reality. Like he's just not here. It's like he's here, but I think he's hypnotized. We spoke about this earlier. Like they hypnotizing niggas out here now. Somebody got to get that teacup away from Ben Carson. For those of you want to tell them about, or you want me to
Go
run
ahead.
through
You
For those of you that don't know, Ben Carson is the secretary of
the HUD,
the HUD. You're right. He's the
Housing
leader
and
of
Urban
HUD.
Development.
And he last week, while giving a speech, said you had immigrants that came over, you know, in the slave ship, and it's like, whoa, those weren't
Immigrants, slave ship.
Immigrants are
They
people
had a
who,
twinkle in their eye because they knew
They
that
had
when
a
they
dream.
got to America,
Like-
they could achieve anything.
immigrants are people who come from other countries for a better life. They go through Ellis Island in New York.
Right.
Them niggas were slaves.
They
didn't
didn't
even-
even- they- what?
willingly
No,
though.
they didn't-
willingly.
They willingly
They
go
didn't
to
go
other
to
countries.
Ellis Island. You know why? It wasn't invented
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. Like
It didn't exist.
that was a slave ship. That wasn't a motherfucking 40 and over
We've
cruise
seen
that they took over
diagrams
here.
of slave ships of how
Shackled.
people were shackled and stacked
Yeah.
up, like
Bundled up,
one
yeah.
on top of each other to get them over here. Like
want to hear
it
some,
wasn't a Disney cruise.
You want to hear some funny shit? We went to the Blacks and Wax Museum in D.C. I was a camp counselor. This is when I was really getting high and shit like that. I was a
Young boy, you trying to
Praise
get
God for deliverance, man. Praise.
I was a camp counselor right after I got out of high school. Me, Zach, Ray, we all did it. And we went to the Blacks and Wax Museum and like took all the kids and parents and all that shit was coming. And we got there. And you ever been there?
No, I ain't.
You ever been there? The first, like the two upstairs floors is like, you know, a wax museum, like that Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, all that. In the basement they had a slave like situation where it showed all of the stuff that they went through in slavery. It had like a mock slave ship to show you what it was like and show you all of the stuff that basically the bad side of being black, you know, pre the 20th century and all
That's
of that.
still around?
And
Pre
I don't
1980.
I don't know if it's
Shit's
The Reagan
shit's
era.
still-
I don't know if it's still like that, but at the time it was like that. We could look it up on the internet. But we got there and they didn't want to take the kids down there because they didn't want the kids to see it because it would be too emotional for them and, you know, it would mess them up or whatever. But the kids being kids, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13.
They
like,
found their way
They
down
like,
there.
yo, we want to see it. So they kept, you know, seeing it. And the adults is like, nah, it's too much for y'all. Da-da-da-da-da. Finally, after all this complaining and arguing, they like, you know what? They need to see it. Let's take them down. We take them all down there. The kids is perfectly fine. all of the adults is crying and holding these. I'm like, look at y'all, man.
So through that trip, man, y'all started the whole generation of woke, the woke Twitter and all that.
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all took them down that basement, man, and they became woke.
Yo, it was crazy though because the kids really didn't care. They just was looking at the statues, but the adults actually understood what it was, and
they identified with
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like what
I got to go there, man. And we got a team program too, man, for teen boys that we doing too in the city right now. So that's something that we do. We do aspire to take them on monthly trips and whatnot. So I definitely you got to text me the information. The Blacks on Wax.
Blacks and Wax Museum.
Okay.
It was in no, not DC. I'm sorry, Baltimore.
Okay.
But yeah, we went down there and it was either Baltimore or DC. I can't. I was high.
Oh, you was on the drugs.
Right? I was high. But understand that it's somewhere down there. And
the shit is south of Delaware.
damn,
I don't know.
it's in Chicago.
Somebody got to grab Ben Carson and choke him.
Yeah,
man.
somebody got to put Ben Carson in a van.
Real talk though, but honestly, I'm in a nutshell. I just like to say, in regards to that, truth be told, is reflective, man. It's a reflection of what we see with many of the culture's idols and the people that really made it, man. Many people are just doing the same thing he doing, but they doing it inadvertently, man, by selling themselves out, being paid, being bought, for places of prominence or, stature and money and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So here, puppet, just like, many of our culture's idols are puppets and becoming puppets, man. You know what I'm saying? So we perpetuating certain messages that continue to destroy our people, man. And that's just really the truth, man. So, man, yeah, somebody definitely need to address Ben Carson, man, publicly, man. Somebody with some influence. I seen Samuel L. Jackson was going in on him on Twitter,
right?
So much respect to that. But again, like it's like I believe in grace, but at the same time, man, you just don't the effects that systemic racism had on blacks. And how it affected families for you to come there and call them immigrants.
Right.
Some of they had dreams, man.
But they did have dreams of not being on a slave ship.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Come on, man. They didn't even know where they was going. You talk about immigrants sneaking in hopes knowing directly they trying to get to America.
Yeah, exactly.
Like these brothers didn't even know that they was about to come somewhere else and land somewhere that y'all took from somebody else in the first place.
Real quick, the National Blacks and Wax Museum is in Baltimore.
Okay.
And it still has all of the exhibits. It has exhibits, the Magnificence of Africa, the Underground Railroad, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like all this, it still has all of these things. So it's like, yeah, definitely that's in Baltimore. It's I knew it was one of those. Like I told you, it was good weed. You know what I'm saying? But I know we went there. You know what I'm saying? And it was a wild experience.
Say no more. So when I'm raising the funds, man, since you know the layout and all that, you can be the first contributor.
Shit, y'all pay me. We rent a bus. I'll drive them down there.
Man, you said pay you, dog. I just asked you to contribute.
Oh, yeah, my fault. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, see, this the effects of the culture right now, man. You know what I'm saying? This the effects of the culture, man, right now, man. It's crazy, man.
Staying on that whole topic, have you been watching the Khalif Browder situation documentary that JayZ and them are doing?
I actually did.
What's the white guy's name? It was Dame Dash's
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. I couldn't think of his name. Him and JayZ.
No, see, and I didn't actually happen to catch it because I forgot what else was on, and I'm like, man, I'm watching this.
It was probably the Rockets game.
No, what day it come on? What day it come on?
Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays. All right. No, last week I watched Designated Survivor. So yeah, I had to watch my man Kiefer Sutherland. So, but anyways, I've read the story and I know the story. I know this, I knew it before then, you know what I'm saying? And they featured it on the 13th too, the documentary. Yeah. So, but no, I'm familiar and I'm fond of it. I didn't watch the documentary though, man, and it's crazy situation, man. But it goes to show you, man, what the prison systems do, man, and that's what they do. They literally will stall you out. They literally sit there, man, and being in jail at one point in my life, it was just like they will literally, man, put these astronomical bails on you knowing that you come from a poor family that don't own no house, you know what I'm saying? So they literally about to tell you the court systems is backloaded and you get there, you got a court date 9 months from now, you know what I'm saying? So
getting locked up, but you've been locked up.
Yeah,
I got locked. It is
ever.
The most ridiculous.
It's the nuttiest shit ever.
Yeah.
I was in Holden. I was at the Palm Box. I was in Holden for 16 hours. I literally had like 7 cellmates over that span of 16 hours.
I was at 20,
motherfuckers in and out.
I was at 21st and Hamilton, and I'm a big guy, and it's like they keep calling you fat for no reason. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with y'all? Like they come to you and say, get your fat ass up and come on. Like this shit was it's like, why y'all so mean in this motherfucker?
Why are you doing this?
Like, what the fuck?
You ain't even been proven guilty yet.
Yo, this shit was crazy how mean it was, and it was crazy because I almost fucked up my my ROR situation. They was going.
You got ROR.
I got ROR.
You had some light.
Yeah, it was some light bullshit. It was crazy though because I'm in the cell with the bull, and the old head telling me He like, man, this your first joint, nonviolent. Man, they gonna ROR you straight.
Listen, old head told me the same thing.
Pete.
The first time, John, you had how much crack on you? Oh, man, you getting out, man.
So
You getting
yeah, I had a little
ROR.
bit of shit. He like, man, this nonviolent ROR, man, they gonna ROR you straight, young boy. So I go in there to see the judge on the phone and almost fucked the ROR up. I'm like, yeah, my man told me to holler at you about the ROR. So he was like, nigga, yo, shut up. I'm like, nah, because the boy told me I was good. He like, yo, say another word. I'm sending you up CF right now. I'm like,
my first joint was a temp. So, but my people's, but my folks, we had made sure we had my lawyer situated. So that's why I was able to get a bail. It was a crazy bail, but it was at the same time I got a bail. So, yeah, man. Second time around though, I caught another case. It was a violent joint within a month's span. So, same guy show up. And there was a DA dude down there and say, no, he just was here over a month ago, blah, blah, blah. This another violent charge, this, and that. And was just like, man, I'm not giving no bail. And if we do, man, $500,000. Oh, and yeah, real talk. And
it
my
got
lawyer,
quiet in here when Cross started talking about.
My
Cross
lawyer
started talking about it. Just sat down. Just ain't even in the booth no more.
My lawyer was
talking about
sick.
his attempts.
My lawyer was
got
sick.
Quiet out there.
My lawyer was sick, so he couldn't go to the bail hearing that day. So you know what I'm saying. And I'm thinking like, I'm like, all right, man, they gonna probably give me another bail. I'm gonna slide right out this joint, And at the same time, man, I told my kid's mother like, all right, but we probably gonna do this, do that. We had the money. Man, that bull got on that little phone. Y'all know how the phone hearing go. Yeah. And he told her, man, he didn't know the second time. Said, no, $500,000. So then the judge was like, well, that's a little extensive. He said, well, $250 gonna be better? She's like, well, you right. So bail was $500,000. So I was like, man, call my kids. She's like, well, how much is it, man? We can go ahead and get that. And I said, no, we ain't getting this. I said, I'm gonna see y'all, when I go ahead.
See you when I see you.
I'm gonna see y'all, man. Like, I'm saying? I'm gonna fight this thing, from the jail, man. That's just what it was. But, praise God, man. I'm here, man. So that's why I get out here and I go hard, man, because I look at it like I'm playing with house money. I don't even deserve to be here, man. I should be, roofed to Mars somewhere. But,
that's how I feel.
In the midst of it, it's just like I'm gonna make every day count. And one thing we gotta do in the light of Khalif Browder, like we gotta go ahead, man, and stop glorifying the stuff that come with jail and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like we keep sitting here.
Thank you.
We keep sitting here.
I say it all the time.
Like I'm really asking the grown men, like real talk, because I know we got a lot of different people that really watch this show, 43 countries. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them.
So I got to keep reminding myself that. But
over 100,000 downloads.
Did 100,000 downloads? You know what I'm saying? So like, listen. But with that being said, we really, man, as our generation, man, everybody, 21 and over, 21, 35, 21 through 40. Honestly, like that millennial generation is all like we all grouped in one because we all kind of listen to the same stuff, dress the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be at Chad parties and venues and whatnot, except me. But
every now and then. I had Carl the Crab House.
I'm the one. Look, but I'm the one person don't take the pictures when I'm out. But real talk, like we really got to sit there and stop glorifying it and keep talking this real nigga talk. Like I hate that term. We need to throw it out. It should have been going. You know what I'm saying? But we got to stop glorifying that. We got women that sit online and start tweeting and talking about who real niggas and who ain't and who this and who ain't that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like we're embedding this into our youth. It's already demonstrated through the music. But then when we really sit here fronting, acting like we don't fear jail, acting like we don't care about jail, like then we letting them get out there. And it's like even if you doing what you doing to survive, at least school one of these youngins and give them game. Tell them like, yo, don't get out here throw your life away. If it's really about bread and getting yourself by, like you ain't got to be out here shooting the block up just to show that you tough. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm good on jail. Man. I'm 100%
Listen, I've been to jail one time. I never even made it up the F. I bailed out. I told these stupid motherfuckers, I said, listen, man. They said from when you get on the box to when you go back, you're supposed to have 4 hours to post bail.
Yeah.
They came in an hour. Yeah. Like, yo, Fane, you going up. I said, yo, man, don't take me up the F, bro. I'm bailing out the Yeah, we hear that all the time. You going up the F. Mm-hmm. I get on the bus, they take me up the F. Soon as they pull in, they say, yeah, we got one on here that can't go in. He bailed out already. Fane. I said, you stupid mother. I'm on the bus like, you stupid motherfuckers. They lost my stuff. They lost my wallet. All my personal possessions they locked me up with, they lost it. CFCF couldn't find it. The transport couldn't find it. 55th and Pine couldn't find it. I said, you know what? Y'all can have all that shit. That shit bad luck. I don't want none of it back. Y'all can have everything. I'll go get all new credit cards and wallet.
Yeah,
y'all can have all that shit.
One of my friends, he did like 4 years upstate, and he was telling me, he was like, people glory. He's like, that shit is terrible. And he was like, he was good up there, but it's just like too much silly shit. He like, motherfuckers getting poked up. Just dumb shit.
Over nothing.
Poked up in a blind spot.
Over nothing.
How the fuck the jail got a blind spot? Just silly shit. It's like I'm good. I'm just cool. No Chipotle. I'm straight on fucking jail. I'm good on jail.
Real talk, man. The worst things, man. The worst thing for jail for me, it wasn't people up there, because it's like, man, if you really about what you say you about and everything else, or you do what you do, like, and you gonna run into people that probably knew you from out there anyway.
Yeah, I understand that.
But at the same time, it's like, man, that food was the worst. And then not to mention, man, how they disrespect you and demean you. So it's like I spent 13 months, so like up to 13. I past 13 months upstate road, you know what I'm saying? Then most of my time after they moved me after I beat one of my cases and I had another case, my custody level dropped. But at the same time, it's like, yo, man, them female guards up there talking to you filthy. And I'm talking about these chicks look terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, yo, like, you know, you wouldn't even reply to them, not even in a tweet, let alone try to holler at them. Right. And it's just like, but they talk to you crazy. And it's just like, yo, I can never, ever put myself in a space or place where I'm letting people demean me. You know what I'm saying? People come and raid the block, and then you got dudes raiding your cell just anytime they do a shakedown, and they got you and your two cellies in there, man, you know what I'm saying? And they got you squatting and coughing and dropping your drawers, and you know what I'm saying? Then you got the funny guards that's telling you lift your sack up and everything else. Like, come on, cuz. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I can never continue to ever want to put myself in that situation. Not to mention, when we talk about real, this is the realest podcast, right? But we got to talk about what being real means. And being a real man is not placing your family in any kind of potential risk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we got to stop and break free from this model where we talking about we doing this to get by and we doing this and doing that. But that's short-term thinking, and it's foolish. It's foolishness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I say it all the time. Like, when people say, oh, hustling out of a sense of desperation or hopelessness so my family can eat. It's like, fam, you buy $700 belts. You're not hustling for that. You're hustling for this. You understand what I'm saying? And we glorify it as a culture. We do. We motherfuckers, a couple weeks ago, I seen motherfuckers like, because motherfuckers were saying, having jobs is corny. Like, having a job is a sucker.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
And I'm like, yo,
that was crazy.
I'm saying it to myself. It's like, wow, because all the niggas I know who do shit, who like move around and be in the shit, they be trying to have jobs.
Out. They trying to get out. They want to get
out.
The
nigga, whoever you know how many times I've had like straight drug dealers walk up on me like, yo, cuz, you think you get me in that joint? And I'll be like, I mean, I don't like, you know.
The problem is, though, it's in secret. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Like, they doing it in secret. So it's like, yo, you got the youngins watching you. But the reality of it is this: them old heads is scared of these little 14, 15-year-old youngins. So they continue to put the front on. Some of these old heads got jobs, work overnight, got a whole full-time situation. And that's the primary source of their income.
And I be telling motherfuckers before it's too late, before your record too bad, before, like, I got into some shit. Like, you know, I got locked up, I got into, and I was like, yo, I got out of the situation. The charges got dropped. Cool. I was like, you know what? I straight left Philly. I went to Utah for like 2 months and then went to Indiana. No bullshit.
What, you became a Mormon?
No, I went and got my CDL. I went and got my CDL, and I started moving around, driving throughout the West Coast. And
man,
then
you lucky they ain't hypnotized. They ain't get out.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Utah is one of the nicest places I've been, dog. I was in West Valley City. It was all that out there. But it's like, I tell motherfuckers all the time, the young boys, before your record too fucked up, before it's too crazy for you, do something. Do something positive, because that F fall behind your fucking name, it's gonna be hard. I'm not saying you can't do it. Yeah. It's a lot of motherfuckers who do.
It just take a lot.
Y'all talking to one of them, and that's the thing though. That's why, like, so when I sit here and I be like, yo, I'm a realist pastor, right? It ain't got nothing to do with no negativity or nothing negative I ever done. The reality of it is this, like, you know, on everything, I got 2 felonies. I got F1 and F3. You know what I'm saying? Both of them violent. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, at the same time, none of that stopped me from doing whatever I want to do. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, I literally, like, through mentors and great people that was in the faith that brought me along, you know what I'm saying, and helped me build my platform. But I started this thing from the mud, and now, like, I'm pastoring churches in multiple cities. I got major organizations in New York offering me positions. Like, I can take jobs if I really just want to take the money and just leave everything I'm doing and go do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is real life. But I'm trying to show brothers that, like, yo, you really could just do whatever, you know, you feel you gifted enough to do and get it started. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here, y'all started a podcast. Y'all started a podcast. This thing building, and I believe it that, like, a year from now, like, y'all probably gonna stop doing everything else y'all doing, because this joint really gonna be what y'all said it's gonna be. And the truth of the matter is, though, we don't show them enough of it, and we just keep acting like it's only one way. And just like you said, dudes is talking about they doing this to get so their family can eat. My man, you ain't got no job on the books. We know your kid's mother is getting EBT. You know what I'm saying? Right. Stay out of Bob's and budget that EBT, and them kids gonna eat forever. They good. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't doing it for them to eat. You doing this for you doing it for the aura, for real, because majority of these dudes really not getting no real money.
No,
so it's like you not even doing it to eat. You really not even doing it you barely can be dressed because you really wearing the same outfit, not because you hustling, but because that's all you got, and you just want to look like you got the money. But you doing it because it's the aura that comes with it.
Will see me and be like, "Oh man, you get money," and I'll be like, "Why are you saying this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Stop saying this." But it's the God's honest truth, and like I said, it's crazy. I go back to me talking about before it's too late. Guy I know from like my old neighbor, he went upstate for like a while. Like he was up there for like 15 years, and he seen me. He was like, "Yo, can you get me in John?" I'm like, I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you've been up there for that long, it's like, and jobs will hire you, but it depends on what kind. They might take you with an F depending on what it was, and this, that, and the third. So it's like it's a lot of little loopholes and shit that go on. But it's like, why even have to wait for that? This is my job. Mm-hmm. What's the point in trapping and hustling, doing all of this, and then getting booked, and then you want to work a job? Like you could have just got a gig. You could have just got a job. You could have just got a gig.
What the truth is though, man? Like it says it, man. In the Bible, it says like people perish for lack of knowledge. So it's like, truth be told, folks really don't have the knowledge, and then people that we do see get the knowledge, they brag about having the knowledge online. So you got folks that are educated, folks that have what they have, and they brag and they boast and they get away, instead of people looking at it as their responsibility to really get back and get that knowledge out. Like, look, like you said, like, yo, get a job, man. Listen, really do this, and do that, because I promise you, I just had conversations with young boys, and I started to talk about stuff like bail money. I started to talk about lawyer money and everything else. And it's like the boy they calling a old head just telling them, bring me $50 off this 200 bundle I'm giving you, didn't even school you and tell you that, if you get locked up tomorrow, like, this what you gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? And your peoples don't own nothing, and we literally throwing our lives away. So it was like, when I got that second chance, you know what I'm saying? And after I said 13 months, then they put me on a 2-year house arrest. I'm fighting it from home, still fighting the same case. So this is that Khalid brother. Like, this was like, I fought the same case for almost 3 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was a law that states, like 600E stated that you were supposed to be free if you did not go to trial within a certain amount of time. Yeah. Dog, these dudes was like, no, like, we considering you a threat. You know what I'm saying, to society. You got to witness all this and all that. Like, we going to let you home, but we going to let you home on house arrest. So it's just like, to sit down, though, man, really helped me to put a lot of things in perspective and taught me what was really important and what was not important. And it's just like, it's our responsibility, man, because it's like we know better. That's why you got the older dudes that come to you and be like, damn, yo, bro, if y'all hiring, let me know. Mm-hmm. But they not telling them same youngins, like, yo, listen, I'm looking for a job. They telling them, like, yeah, I'm all in. And this is why you still see dudes 35 online, on the internet, you know what I'm saying, promoting street activity to show that they something that they really not and that they don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
crazy, man. It's a vicious cycle. It's just
sick, man.
It's like, my joint is like, how do it end? It's like, because it needs to. Like, somebody needs to step in and be like, yo, listen. Like, stop, relax, cool out, leave all this dumb shit alone. And it's like, I understand it, like, you get stuck in your situation, this, that, and the third, the money might be, but whatever the fuck it is, that might be blinding you. It's more of a detriment in the long run to, especially our culture, because the shit is built for us to lose any goddamn way.
No,
like,
all day.
When you got these, you talked about it in the 13th documentary, when you got these mandatory minimums and all the, it's just nuts. It's just literally insane. It's like, why you even want to put yourself in it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you really moving around and really doing it this and the third. You go down, you going down for 20.
Truth be told, bro, honestly, man, and this is why, like, people online sometimes be saying, like, I'm fun police or whatever. But the truth of the matter is that the idols, man, run the culture. Because it's like, yo, Pastor Carl, I ain't got enough money, you know what I'm saying, or influence to really, really go ahead and change your mind or your perspective. I can give you wisdom and everything else, but you're really not going to take heed to it. I can go ahead and give you my real life experiences, but you'll listen to a rapper that ain't never bust a gun a day in his life, never really sold no drug. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because why? He got the money. So the lore, the influence that he has is based off the money. So it's like, it's going to take the idols to start to get called out. We got to stop supporting some of these people point blank and let them know, like, no, you got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? You got to be accountable. So, like, you was talking about Chance the Rapper, like, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
And we can go right into that. Like, you talk about the idols and calling out people. Chance the Rapper, Grammy Award winning, 3 Grammys from Chicago. Last week he pledged $1 million to the Chicago school system, and then called out the governor. And
heavy.
That was fly.
Heavy.
That was fly. That was fly as shit. Chad isn't listening to us right now. He's talking about vanity or something over there.
No, but I am listening to y'all. They would have known. They wouldn't have known that I was doing what I was doing if you didn't call it out on fucking air.
Yo, real rap though, man. But listen, that's heavy, man. That's what we need more of, though. You know what I'm saying? So the guys that we laud over, these people that we laud over and we praise so much.
You know what I saw? You know what I found that was very interesting about Chance donating $1 million to the school system is I've seen pictures that people post of Drake when he came into V-Live with the 50 grand. I've seen pictures posted on people's Instagram of Floyd Mayweather when he had all the stripper bitches in his hotel room throwing the money in the air. And people post that shit with mood. Yeah. People post a picture of Rick Ross holding the money in Vanity with mood. People post picture of 50, you know, and what's the kid from Chicago? The young boy, the dreads. Chief Keef and they Ferraris as mood. And it's just like, yo, Chance just took $1 million of his own money and gave it to the children. That's no one's mood. No one can, like, it. No one, it's just like, damn.
And the crazy thing about it is, right, is like, because again, man, like for them, that's what I'm saying, like, we'll celebrate the fact that JayZ just quadrupled his money from Tidal. Yeah. But it's like, all right, now, Jay, what you gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, since you just made 200 M's, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me say, yo, I get 200 M's, first of all, and dig the hypocrisy in it. Like, if Pastor Carl get 200 M's and I sell enough books or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, and I got that kind of money, folks are making me obligated to give 180 of it back. You know what I'm saying? Right. But at the same time, I go ahead and I'm motivated by JayZ flossing and flaunting money. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, I got to get off JayZ because Matt keep thinking I got something against JayZ. But I'm just saying he's super duper rich. But you got a guy like Chance who paper not even legit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the part that was
on their level.
That's what hit me, like, damn, like it made me like, I hope these other rappers wake up. You know what I'm saying? And start doing more productive things with their money because Chance literally like kind of threw down the gauntlet saying, yo, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about change. I want to do something different. I want to show these kids something different, and I'm going to foot the bill to do so. Now, governor, mayor, president, what are y'all going to do to help the situation?
And this is an independent artist.
But listen, what's next though is they need to hold them accountable to what they doing with the bread. Because listen, you do your research. Mark Zuckerberg sent $100 million to Newark school system. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, see, we bash white folks all day long. Mark Zuckerberg ain't got to give a damn about what's going on in Newark, New Jersey at all. And he does. He put 100 M's.
Didn't Bill Gates set the school up over there?
Yeah, and what's
School of the Future.
Yeah. So he put 100 million, and if you research it and read it, they gonna tell you how it was a complete failure because them people went ahead and just did whatever they want to do with the money. So we gotta be careful with just throwing money at a situation too.
Yeah, like people talk about that, like during Hurricane Katrina, about like, you know, the flood relief and the hurricane relief and all that, and people donating money to the Red Cross and FEMA, and it just going wherever the fuck it went. Yeah. And it's like no accounting for like, yo, where is this money?
CEOs got bonuses.
This person gave $500,000. This person gave $2 million. This person gave $75,000. Where did the money go? Nobody knows.
Exactly.
There's no tracking or no accounting for the money. You know what I mean?
Trump was on it, man. They made fake news. They go ahead and create their own statistics and say, hey, man, we fed over 87,000 people, and they're going to show you pictures of a few people in line and be like, this is what we did. Yeah. And nobody going to be able to verify because there's no real transparency behind it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and that's another thing. Like, you had corny Christians, right? Who, and this is what I call them, but you had corny Christians who had the nerve to try to call Chance out about like, oh, I don't think he really represents Christian hip hop and all this old kind of nonsense. They try to get super deep and all of that. When it's like, dude is a dude that's really in transition. He's trying to really change his life, but he got people talking about Jesus at the Grammys. Like, do y'all understand how corny and nutty y'all sound for trying to like kill this dude right now? Right. Then not to mention he'd come out and he'd give $1 million to the school system. So I'm like, yo, at the end of the day,
it's crazy that he gave $1 million to the school system, and like the next day, the paper, he was on the back page of the paper in New York, and they was talking about his baby mom, like the issue with his daughter and his baby. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
How is this news and this ain't news?
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
because it's the media slant.
Yeah. But we do it too, though. You understand?
Oh,
that?
yeah.
We do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because realistically, when I was in the shop the other day and I told Chad we had a whole big argument. The nigga told me like, oh, don't let the podcast go to your head. This shit was insane the other day. We was having this big ass wild argument about all this shit in the pop culture. Nobody mentioned the shit with Chance. And I'm just like, it's crazy because I can't even have that conversation with certain people. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, you got them friends and you got them friends where you can't even get on a higher level of conversation with them because all they want to talk about is ignorance. All they want to talk about is dumb shit. So it's just like, this is the first conversation I'm having with motherfuckers about it. You know, that's wild as shit, right? Because that's a big deal. And it's just like, you look at Meek saying the song, I should have gave some money to my sister, but I made it rain. You know what I'm saying? I should have spent some money on my son, but I bought a chain. You know, and it's just like, all right, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's like you're the number one dude in your city. Yeah. And then you look at New York where it's JayZ's, the Nas's, the whoever you want to name from New York, there's Puff. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like Puff did it. Puff opened a school in Harlem. Yeah. It's like,
One thing I can say about Jay is that Jay and Beyonce give a lot of money to a lot of organizations, but the problem is they do it in secret. And they need to do it in public, not for like attention, look at me what I'm doing, but for the influence to say like this is the hot shit. This was cool to do.
They bailed a lot of people out in Baltimore when that whole shit popped, and it was like they did it on the low. Like don't put that out there.
Y'all gotta put that out there because you gotta set the example for these other jackasses that don't know no better.
Exactly, y'all move the culture.
So when you got a Meek Mill that make a dude do 20 push-ups for $20,
yeah, that was just weird.
Come on. So it's like, that's my thing, man. That's clown activity. Because it's like, yo, I've done ridiculous amounts of work with homeless people, got to know their situations, and then when I see idiots online, and that's what I got to call them. And again, y'all, my locations is public. So I'm saying when I see idiots online, oh, he didn't have to do that. Or, yo, well, I mean, what? He made him just do push-ups. Like, do y'all understand that many of those homeless people suffer from mental illness? Many of those homeless people are veterans that came back over here who ain't in the right state of mind.
Right, PTSD.
PTSD, right, PTSD. So it's like you got them out here, man, who literally are out here suffering, got real-life conditions, and y'all like, oh, they lazy, or they really don't want to work. They really just, anytime listen, I commend a guy that's willing to be outside in 13-degree weather, sitting on the side of the highway asking for money outside in that cold, more so than I do the guy that's out there poisoning his community and destroying his people.
Yeah, real shit.
Listen, the type of tenacity that it take to sit there on the side of the highway, you know what I'm saying, and it's 12 degrees outside.
Yeah, with a dog.
Yo,
it's always a dog.
Sitting there freezing.
Dog's loyal as shit.
And it's just like, dog, so when you get people, and that's what I was trying to get people to understand, that level of influence, like you said, top guy in Philadelphia, the level of influence that you got, because, dog, Meek Mill got clowns out here wearing ski masks just to take selfies, and dudes out here barefaced shooting people in broad daylight. So hold up, you ain't used the ski mask for the crime you was committing, but because you see this buffoon with a ski mask on, now you want to wear a ski mask. They got you clear as day with a poppy store camera.
Like they've been making these joints for 40 years, cuz
400 years. You know what I'm saying? And you just decided to start wearing one. Like, let's be realistic, man.
Yeah.
See that? You know what I'm talking about? So like my wife even asked me, she like, yo, why is people wearing rolled up scullies when the point of the hat is to keep your head warm? And these dudes wearing them like on the top like it's a yarmulke.
Did you see our man AI with his ski mask on at Mitchell and Ness?
No, my Lord.
Yo, he had on a white tee, camo sweatpants.
Was the t-shirt 7X?
It was a 3.
It was a 3.
Okay,
he down to a 3.
He growing up.
He growing up.
Yeah. I tweeted him, and he had the rolled up scully that was a ski mask. Yeah. And I said, damn, my nigga AI just coming from the street nigga Hall of Fame.
I put it in a group chat. I'm like, yo, AI's in the hall.
It looked like they gave him 45 ACP and 330 Zanies for his induction into the street nigga Hall of Fame.
You said he just left the studio with the Chasers.
I'm like, yo, AI, nigga, you're 40.
I seen an Herbalife nigga post picture the other day. You know they wear the tights and all the run shit.
Yeah.
Had all that shit on with a rolled up ski mask on. I'm like, a rolled up
fitness glue.
So now, so when we start talking about things though, man, how can we invoke change? We gotta stop being a grown people that's still following ridiculous trends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, yo, if I'm 14 and I'm seeing like, yo, you flying, you cool to me a little bit, but I see you doing everything that the other grown man on TV doing. Of course, the teen is going to continue to be influenced. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if they can separate reality from the fiction, because
it's coming at them from all angles.
Exactly. All angles.
So they can't.
All angles.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, A 14-year-old now in 2017 is way more advanced and way more smart and has a better, higher aptitude than a 14-year-old 15, 20 years ago. But with that being said, he's still 14 years old and he's still susceptible to influence. And if he don't have a direct father figure or parental figure in his life guiding him in the right way, he's going to learn where he learned from. The streets, the TV, and the internet.
But motherfuckers legit, think about how Ayo, when he said it, it was a joke. But it's motherfuckers who really think that. Like, oh, you got a dad, you weird as shit. Right. I had a motherfucker like, no bullshit. Motherfuckers legit used to be like, yeah, man, fuck my pop, man. I'm glad that nigga, like, and it'd be like, nah, dog, you supposed to have your father, like, you supposed to have that there.
Life is about balance, man. Too much of anything or too less of anything could kill you.
Exactly.
But the truth be told, listen, honestly, and I think that's overrated as well, because I'm going to tell you this right now, there are various different ways of learning and how people take in learning, which is why, like, the teenage tenure or part of a person's life, man, is one of the most toughest, most transitional parts. Because see, when you're a teen, you're an adolescent, you're a teen, these people are telling you, your parents tell you, you ain't a baby, but at the same time, they're telling you ain't grown. So most teens take on the behaviors of the other teens around them, or the culture that they become immersed in. Like, regardless of what you learn at home,
like,
at
honestly,
some point you drift.
Our culture and I don't even want to just say black people, but it's just that we kind of box our kids into one thing, and it's like, this is your options. You can do this, or
you can rap, you can play ball,
exactly,
or you can shoot shit up.
And it's just like, motherfuckers don't understand that it's like, yo, I told you, I didn't learn it till I really started like trucking. There's really a whole world. Like, once you get outside of Pennsylvania and you get through Michigan and Illinois, it's a whole, like, you get to Seattle, Washington, no one over there gives a flying fuck about what's happening here. Right. But you got little niggas who get they blocks tattooed on their fists.
A block that don't love
they
them.
They don't own shit on that block, and they be ready to die for that block. They don't own jack shit on them. Their parents don't own shit on the block. But it's like, yo, it's so much shit out here in the world that has nothing to do with that block. And our kids get it the worst because they get told, yo, these is it's just amazing because I told you I went to a predominantly white high school, and I got a lot of white folks.
Penrose Heights?
No. I didn't go to high school in Penrose. Like, my neighborhood school was Bartram. Okay. But it's like I went to Saw. But it's like you be around these kids, and it's like they can live. The world's your oyster. Chris Rock said it. When you white, the sky's the limit. When you black, the limit's the sky. And it's just like that's kind of the way we do our kids. And it's like,
but it's also those
just
homes.
with this. You don't even understand that. You know what I'm saying? When I go to these poker rooms, you know how I play poker. Yeah. I go out to these tournaments. I go to Vegas. I go to AC. Yo, how long you been playing poker? Young boy, 24. He got $1.8 million in tournament earnings already. He's like, yeah, I started playing when I was 16. And it's just like, yeah, we weren't on this when we were 16. Exactly. We weren't on this when we were 16 because you don't got the leisure. You don't got the time. You get told at 16, yo, you better get a job next year. You get the fuck out of here.
I'm about to say, but bro, the problem with that is, though, even the households that we think are okay, this is how far behind we are. In those households in which we think are okay, they got two-parent households where they're telling you, okay, listen, you're going to go finish high school, you're going to either get you a job, or you really going to go to college, right? And that's what we consider the good household. But in all actuality, like, yo, we sending you out here into a workforce that ain't paying you. Exactly. Then also, we also sending you into debt. We're not even telling you what to pursue in college. Just go to college. So now you got 60 grand in debt. You on your own.
Get an arts and crafts degree. You can't work nowhere.
How the fuck do you expect a 17-year-old to
take the certification test and become a teacher, and they gonna give you $32,000.
How the fuck do you expect a 17-year-old to decide his life? You 17, you ain't been able to go to the bathroom on your own without permission. But now all of a sudden you gotta decide what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. It's damn near impossible. That's the reason you see so many people who change majors, who come back and finish their degree when they 39, because you ain't supposed to be doing that shit when you 17. One of my white homies, he went backpacking through Europe when he graduated high school. It's like,
figure this shit out later.
Yeah, I got time.
I figure it out.
But you black, yo, you gotta get a job. I told you, black bull came to work at my job. This nigga said when he first started, I'm like, yo, so you cool? Like, you getting acclimated? He's like, yeah, man, I've been wanting to drive this bus forever. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people be trying to get in here. He's like, no, man, since I was a kid, like, I want to drive the bus when I was 4. I'm like, what kind of lower expectation shit is this? I'm like,
so you mean to tell me at 4 you wasn't thinking about being a president? You weren't thinking about flying fighter jets?
But you know what's crazy?
Bus,
but you know what that was, though? That was what, like, the hospital jobs is to the black community. Yeah. Oh my goodness, folk don't want to be the registered nurse or the doctor. Folk be like, yo, get me in Jefferson, get me in Penn. Yo, anybody know anybody hiring at Children's, at CHOP? Yeah. And you just be like, yo, yeah, I'll do anything. Dietary, I bring the trays out. You know, yeah, I heard they, and don't understand that we really, really, really boxing ourselves in. But again, that's the information we not putting out there,
It's just
man.
crazy at just how different the light, because I've seen both sides of it.
Yeah.
Like when I told you, my white friends, like, you ain't never about to go over your white friend house and his mom like, yo, they hiring at your gig? Like, never. You never gonna hear that. Am I lying? I'm telling you the truth.
No, you ain't lying.
It's God's honest truth.
Yo, they hiring, you need any back office support or something?
Yo, it's just wild. But it's
Customer service.
Yo, but it's just like we put ourselves in such a box as far as doing what you want to do. That's why I said, like, I work with various age.
But when we gonna stop getting away though and get back in? See,
What
that's
you
the
mean?
problem. People get away. So the people that do got the knowledge, the people that do know it's another
Because
world.
like, I'm not, and I might sound bad to some saying it, but it's just like I can understand it because motherfuckers just don't even be wanting to deal with that shit. Because it's just motherfuckers support you to a certain extent. They want you to be successful.
But
don't
not
be,
that successful.
That's the whole Nicki Minaj shit.
Don't be too successful.
But you're not doing it for the, like, I'm saying it like this because I mean we in the city of Philadelphia, man, and it's just like, you know, I'm not like prejudiced against any other religions or race, you know, and stuff like that. So I do stuff with my Muslim brothers and sisters, and I got love for a lot of people that's Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Chad is, you know, my man. You know, so it's just like, but I just feel like this, like when we really say that we got a foundation of faith, and this is what we got to stop doing. We got to stop playing with religion. Period. You know what I'm saying? Folks
Absolutely.
Now folks gonna say and probably say I'm judging folks and everything else because folks hate accountability. So like they can feel how they want to feel. Again, you know what I'm saying? Sundays I'm in the same
location
places.
is public.
So I'm in the same places. So, but check it out. The reality of it is this, man. We really got to stop playing with it as if it's just a thing to do. You know what I'm saying? When we living in a day and age, man, where we watching 13-year-old kids get shot. My wife just told me yesterday a kid in Nicetown got shot by a grown man, or it probably was this morning. I forgot, but when she told me, but I think it was last night.
Two kids just got shot in my old neighborhood.
Dog,
116, 114.
So when we see that realization, right? It's like, when are we gonna go ahead and turn a light on? You know what I'm saying? We all, claim to believe in some God or a God or in following a way, but we're not really following it. So it's like, when are we really going to sit here and move with that sense of urgency? And I tell my church this, we got to be married to the purpose, not the people. So it's like, when I'm doing stuff, I know for sure, I just left a corner talking to people and they probably still going to go ahead and shoot at the same boy they wanted to shoot at the next day. You know what I'm saying? But my purpose is not to really see the immediate instant gratification.
We went to the kid's grandmother's house where he was shot, and we were on the block, and it was in the hood. What was that? Germantown area or whatever. And the news crew is out there. Who invited? Who told the news crew to come out? Was it you or was it Kev?
She reached out. She DM'd
okay, it was you.
Yeah, she DM'd
But you got me out there. Kev out there. Love it came through.
Mm-hmm.
Carl was out there. A couple other people, whatever, and the news crew, Carl led like a little prayer or whatever. People on the block were they were getting out of their cars and walking in their house like wasn't shit going on. I'm like, yo, a 6-year-old got shot 10 times.
That's another thing.
No one cares. It's just like it's normal. They pulling up, getting out of their cars, see the news crew, see the prayer shit going on, walk in the crib. Yeah,
it's like we've lost our sense of community. Like
hell
completely
yeah,
stripped.
It's
like
completely.
People live in Philadelphia is 90% row homes. People live in condensed areas and don't know the people to the left or the right of them or the front or the back of them, and don't care to, and they wonder why when they crib get robbed, don't nobody know nothing, because you don't have
I say it all the time.
a basic relationship with
At
the
all.
people
No
that
camaraderie.
you communicate that you're supposed to communicate with on a daily basis more than anybody.
I say it all the time. Like we live in a society where the people who live on this side of the street don't fuck with these people across the side on the other side of the street because they not getting money. And they're like stupid shit, just dumbass reason. Oh, they not fly. I don't fuck with that.
So,
and it's just like, yo, y'all live on the same block.
And
like,
and it starts with the systemic, of course, how it was systemically set up, but also it comes down to our idols of our culture, who we take that from. Because it's like, yo, man, if you ain't beneficial, I got no reason to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even in relationships where we seeing that, women basically putting it out there online. Like, yo, if you broke, I don't want to talk to you at all. Like, everything got to be beneficial.
It's like meanwhile, she's broker than a joke, and she can't help herself. So it's like,
with a hole in the ceiling. and
Ain't
shit
that
look like a
something?
firehouse.
Ma'am, I'm gonna help you, and then when I get in the bind, then what? Oh, you got to figure it out, nigga. That's what. Because I don't got nothing for you.
And you on your own.
You on your
I'm
own.
on to the next one.
But
Yeah,
but
later.
the next
and,
one.
and it's
Like,
it's
literally.
funny though because like people make jokes about Penrose and I'd be like, yo, I love Penrose, man. Like we had fun in fucking Penrose. Like,
doubt.
and I look back on it like my whole fucking block. Like I remember when my whole block could like put me in trouble. Like they could all send your ass
Yeah,
in the house
yeah.
because everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was friends. Everybody knew everybody.
And you thought twice before doing something in front of
Real
Mr. Such and
talk.
such
Yeah,
or Miss
exactly.
Such and such.
know
Like
what
you
I'm saying?
knew, like
It's
you
I
know
could
it.
get real sharp, Mr. Charles, Miss CC, Mr. Ben, Mr. fucking Parker, Miss Parker. I give you the rundown. Like I remember my old block, and it's like it's not like that no more
At
because
all.
you know another thing. The Section 8 shit. So motherfuckers just legit be in and out of fucking houses.
Right,
It's like they
right.
come, they there for 8 months, they gone. They come, they go. It's just wild the way it happened. When I lived on that block in North, across the street from my depot, the house next door, the older lady had passed away, and the family put the house on Section 8 or whatever.
Right.
And so they was fixing the house up, and then they was like, yeah, somebody was moving into it. Shorty moved into the crib. I'm coming out the house on the step. I'm coming out. I'm on my way to work. Shorty and like two of her friends, they get out the car, all walking into the house. I'm talking about they walk right past me, and I'm like, "How y'all doing?" And she turned around like,
You trying to holler at it.
yeah, she like, like I ain't really got time to talk. I'm like, I wasn't cracking on you, baby. You look like me. I'm like, I was just saying hi. You know what I'm saying? So
You look like me.
this was I go to work. I come back home.
Can't it be cordial?
Peep this. I come back home. This is the first night she there. I come back home. I see the cops all on the block. I'm like, what the fuck? She outside fighting the baby father, and the baby father new chick. I'm like, yo, what the like? It's the first night on the block.
But bro,
like,
it come down to this though. Truth be told, there's two angles that need to happen. You know what I'm saying? For one, those that are in those streets, man, gotta establish a code. Gotta establish, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not here to tell people what they need to do or what they can't do as far as them being out in those streets, because they're gonna do what they want to do. But at the same time, get back to having some kind of standards, morals, and values out there.
Yeah.
Period.
Real
So like
shit.
when these youngers trying to jump off this step, you gotta go ahead and let it be known. Like, these are the only conditions we gonna allow you to even be on this block under these conditions. Cause somebody gotta put a gun in your hand. Somebody had to give you the bundle. You know what I'm saying? But instead, folks want to manipulate you and just have you do a bunch of stuff that they ain't willing to do for themselves anyway. But also now, on the flip side, and this may ruffle some feathers, and it is what it is, because I'm a pastor and I'm standing up for what's right. But truth be told, the community, those that are civilians need to go ahead and honestly, if they don't see change, they have to start to hold their blocks accountable, and they got to start really going ahead and calling police, man. Go ahead and restore order within their communities, because just like you said,
they gotta come outside with bats like Meteor Man.
Look, man, and I ain't even trying to put them in harm's way. So that's why I'm telling you, if you got to go ahead and call authorities, whatever, like, you know what I mean? Try to address people first, but at the same time, if it gets worse, you got children that's growing up on that block. So if you continue to just play this no snitching law as if like you in the streets, you're not in the streets.
When the 6-year-old got shot 10 times, I'm like 99.9%.
Everybody knew what happened and who did
No,
it.
I was gonna say that wasn't meant for him.
Oh, absolutely
So it's
not.
just
Absolutely
like
not.
y'all let this mayhem go on,
And
know
you
what
got
I'm saying?
children, so what did that say if it ends up happening to be your child? So I'm saying this to say that, you know, because of course, like, I'm not telling brothers that's out there that's playing that game, I'm not condoning the fact that if you out there and you doing that, you put another man behind bars because you just want to get out your situation. That's a coward, point blank. I can't, that's never honorable. But at the same time, if you're a civilian, you paying taxes, you sit here trying to raise your family and you doing the right things, it's the community's responsibility. Because if you go to the suburbs, you can't even just stand on that corner and talk on your cell phone if you ain't from that block.
You know, police rolling up.
Without police rolling up.
You know how wild I think about how it is when I see certain things, and just how we don't care about our community and where we live and shit like that. Motherfuckers will throw trash all over the
Anywhere.
street.
Yo,
All
I
over the
seen a
street.
chick one day
All
was
over the
a
street.
platter like a meat and two-side platter was like finishing up with it and chuck that shit on the curb. But then they'll go out the suburbs and won't litter.
What? Pick the trash right up.
Won't litter.
Pick the trash
And
right
all,
up.
it's just nuts
trash right
the value we have of self.
So
when it comes to the community.
so essentially, when we get on these internet platforms, right, and then sometimes when you bring this level of accountability, people go ahead and cuss you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had folks call me like Uncle Tom and all that because I'm trying to hold black people accountable to what we're supposed to do in our communities. Because listen, one thing we can't do is change a political system that wasn't created for us to win in the first place. Yeah. We was 3/5 of a person when they started instituting these laws and whatnot. We didn't count as a whole person. Yeah, like Matt, you might have been 4/5. They might have called you a whole person, but we was only 3/5. So it's like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we gotta do what we can do. And stuff like cleaning up after yourself, stuff like, yo, listen, telling somebody when you seeing that young boy, he 9, 10, and he ain't being controlled by his mom, and you know where the path he gonna go on. Right. No, youngin', listen, I'm not letting you go that way. This is stuff we gotta do. We gotta start to police ourselves, because otherwise, man, we just gonna keep trying to point the finger up the ladder. With the ladder, up that ladder, they don't even hear what you saying. Your complaints are null and void for real. So it's just like, yo, we have to do what we can do within our own demographic of our own people. And again, man, you know, otherwise, you just gonna wait till it become your kid. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not with it.
This has been the dopest convo we've had. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a real convo and there's substance to it, and we're not just acting crazy.
Exactly. We can act crazy, but you know, it's definitely been an absolute pleasure having you come up here. We gotta have Carl come up here more.
Dog, I'm down. Anytime, y'all my brothers, man. So anytime, man, you know, we can come up because we cover everything, man. We talk about life, hip hop, whatever, you know. And
you want to do a social media question before we get out?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was 2 of them this week I saw on social media. Which one do you want to do?
I looked at it. I didn't. All right, so we have 2. If rappers, singers affiliated with gangs were to make an album, which album would be better, the Bloods or the Crips? At this point, there aren't very many Crips left.
I said that if they did an album in like the early 90s, mid 90s,
in the early
Crips would have smoked them.
Oh, yeah. Because they were the dominant, the dominant like gang culture. Snoop Dogg made everybody in the country want to be a Crip. Yeah. Like, so at that point you had Snoop Dogg, the Dog Pound. Who else?
There's some Crips out there. Shmurda and them. Pac's crew was Crips. All of them Jersey motherfuckers. It's a couple of them out there.
All of the BMF rappers, Baby D and Blue Da Vinci. But now, I mean, you know, by far the Blood thing is overrun hip hop. Starting with Lil Wayne, so Wayne Baby, YG,
Chris Brown,
Breezy,
Brown.
Big Soldier, Draco,
the Big Blood, Breezy.
He probably the toughest one too at entertainment right now.
Yeah, 21 Savage's crew was allegedly Blood set. Gucci Mane also, Chief Keef. So I mean, it's a lot of the fake gang stuff.
Something else I saw on social media was about picking up the tabs. I know you got an opinion about this.
So what was the whole thing? Like, I want to get it in the right framework.
Well, the first one that's been going on for a while was chicks calling multiple guys to come pick up a tab.
I keep hearing about that nightmare.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, chicks, you know, basically like they at Del Frisco's and, you know, 20 minutes into the meal after the appetizer is done and it's entree time. Oh, let me call such and such down here to come pay for this food. And then he don't answer. And let me call such and such. And they just keep going until they get somebody to bite. And then if not, they're going to be washing dishes that night.
Why is the national narrative is that men just ain't ish? Like, what's going on with that? Because this is really a thing online. And we always taking the heat, man.
The whole thing is that we have a cultural issue of urban people, not just black, but black, Hispanic, and certain whites that feel like men's money is disposable income. Like, and women treat men's money like disposable income, and it's like
part of the oppression, man.
Yeah, if you can't do certain frivolous things, not providing, you know what I'm saying, not you in a committed relationship with somebody and you providing the essential, but if you can't do the frivolous things, buy a chick a Rolex, buy her a Chanel bag, pay for $400 dates and stuff like that, then you less of a man. And I'm like, where did that come from? Where in what doctrine does it state that a man's job is to buy you $5,000 handbags?
They lines is, man, they don't make niggas like they used to. In the 90s, they was real.
Yeah.
Now these new guys.
I see people like, I come from a different era. I'll be like, you 29. What era?
Man, this chick recently, right? My one homeboy was talking to her, and then another friend of a friend was talking to her. She asked both of these guys for $1,000 on the same day, and they both told her no. So the one guy is like a legit dude. The other one's a street nigga or whatever. And he says, man, when I was ripping and running and really running up a check 7-8 years ago, I wouldn't have gave her $1,000.
Right.
So now when I'm scraping and scrounging in every sale count, I'm definitely not giving it to you now.
Though they out here trying to bluff you. They trying to guilt you into getting the gift. That's what it is. Because like,
they
shorty,
all got a sob
if you
story.
really had players like that, first of all, you're not even really coming out here, keep asking for extra bags or coming out here really doing what you're doing. Like, you just gonna go ahead and move about how you move about. So it's like, man, they try to guilt you into that and attack your manhood because they know men, we prideful and we stupid. So like, you know, there's a couple dudes out here that's gonna be like, man, she talking about I'm broke. Hold on, watch what I do.
Right. That's what I do.
Right.
I told you the whole thing is this, right? My cousin Summer, I love her to death. She old school. She a little bit older than me. She said, when I meet a guy, the first day I talk to him, I need $5,000. And she said, he's a sucker whether he gives it to me or he doesn't. But if he gives it to me, he's a sucker that I might like. I said, yo, you are cold-blooded. She said, but either way, I'm going to hit the nigga with the, me and my baby father just broke up. I got to get this apartment. I need $5,000. Do you have it?
Yeah, that's
with a straight face. And it's like, all right, you can't. All right, cool. I got to talk to you later.
And you know what's crazy though, because them same suckers exist in the streets though.
When I was out moving around, which is like actually like meeting a chick and like literally got her number the next day. She hit me with a "I'm irked" text, and I'm like, "What are you irked about?" And then she had
you opened the floodgate. As soon as you said, soon as you said, "What's wrong?" Like,
and then she hit me with the, that I lost some money, and I'm like, that sucks. You know what I'm saying?
That's when you gotta get Christian on her. I pray for you. I pray for you. You know what I'm saying? I give it to him.
that shit is wild. Like,
my whole thing is like, once a chick hit me with the I'm irked 2-3 times, I'm done because obviously you're an omen of bad luck, man. And I don't need that negativity in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've got a lot of positive things going for me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Other joint I saw on as far as the tab shit was, if you are out with your chick and she invite her friends, should you cover the tab for all?
Yeah, if I'm hitting all of them. That's it.
Listen here,
well,
first of all, listen.
If
man,
I invite them,
don't get in trouble.
I ain't gonna get in trouble. Listen, that's the great thing about with my wife, man. I talk about old stuff all the time, so we converse like that. But like, first of all, I got a wife, so period. I'm letting you know right now. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife to death. Her and her girlfriends go out. I have nothing to do with them.
Right.
Have nothing to do with them. No, not at all. I don't care who they are, what the relation is. Your cousins.
And as a respectable woman, your wife shouldn't want you to foot the bill for her friends.
No, listen, my wife, dog. It be like, if I even tried something like that, she'd call me Joe because she's antisocial. Exactly. So everything I do is Joe to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm social. I rap to people. So listen, if I even tried that, she'd get right in my ear like, yo, we got that Pico bill. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So like, my wife ain't going for it. No, you're not about to treat them.
Real quick, did your wife have it? Because my girl had a whole lot to tell. Remember we was at the...
Oh, we was at the night market, though? We was talking together?
Yo... We had the night market. He with his wife. I'm with my girl. And we chilling, talking about. And Shorty just came up out of nowhere. Matt, Carl.
And they both like, who that? Like, both of them on the same type of time.
And my girl don't know his wife, but now they a team. And they
quick.
I'm talking about for the next 2-3 days. Your little Shorty. I'm like, I don't know her.
Doesn't matter.
Like, that's somebody cold off online. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, man, listen.
I meant to ask you about that. That shit was hilarious.
It's to the point where now, man, like, sometimes my wife might ask me who's somebody or something, but it's like she kind of get used to the fact that, and she think I don't see her Twitter. I see her Twitter sometimes, but it's like, you know, she subtweeted. It was like, oh, I forgot he have to be nice to everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? She a jab at me a couple times. But it's like, yo, listen, man, like, truth be told, man, like, I knew a lot of people, you know what I mean, back then anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I got friends and it's the same way. And it's like, you know, and other people that's friends, like my wife ain't the type to be like, yo, people can't come around us and everything else, because I'm open about my friendship. So, but yeah, she will. Certain individuals and certain people respond, and she will be like, hey, yo, so what's up with who? I mean, and you know.
Only thing my girl don't really care for is the like stranger people, like that situation, like coming up. Cause you know, motherfucker, the online shit give people a sense of knowing you, and you know me, I'm friendly. I'm the friendliest motherfucker on earth. I'm not about to smack you or go crazy and you run up on me. Like, I'll talk to you, say what's up. Yeah, people. I told you the other day I was getting in the truck out front of my job, and the car rolled past, and the chick was like, "Is that the boy Matt make me sick?" I'm like, "What up, bitch?" Like, you know, like, yo, they screaming out cars at me now. Like, what's up, baby? 43 countries over here.
Feel like he gonna pay the full. He pulled up on the block, 146th Street, man. He crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking like Kenny Red. What's up, bitch?
What up, bitch? But no, it's like me and my chick, real quick before we get out of here, like we went to what's the joint? Jamaican joint. And,
I don't go to none of them places y'all eat at because I can't afford it.
We go to Bahama Breeze.
You could afford Bahama.
Yeah, you afford Bahama Breeze. Bahama Breeze ain't expensive.
Yeah, no, I've been to Bahama.
Yeah, exactly. We go to Bahama Breeze in Delaware, out of all places, and the hostess, I walk in. Hostess like, "Oh shit, what up, Matt makes me sick." I'm like, "You just call me Matt." You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got
turn it down.
Yeah, just Matt.
I'm with my lady.
You know what I'm saying? So they sit us out on the deck, and it's like the live band is playing, and the nigga is like banging on the drum joint, and it's loud as shit, and he's staring at me. I mean, like trying to make eye contact with me. Hard as shit, and I'm just like, yo, this is just
uncomfortable.
Yeah, and then the music is so loud.
Yeah.
So I tell the waitress, I'm like, look, can we like sit on the other?
He playing some intimate type of Caribbean type of joint.
I'm like, can we sit on the? Can
Making me uncomfortable,
I'm like,
dog.
can we sit on the other side of the deck? She like, yeah, but y'all have a different waitress. I'm like, that's fine. We don't care. We just sat down. So they take us over. We get the new waitress. The new waitress come to the table. Oh snap, Matt make me sick. I'm like, oh my god, like can we get the fuck out of here?
Come on, man.
And it's just like, yeah, that should be kind of like a little drawling when she just, you know, like why people gotta be so extra. And I'm like, you gotta understand something. It's like the Twitter, the Instagram, the Snapchat. You be knowing. Remember we talked about that a couple episodes ago.
See, she hate me because like me on the other hand, like people see me, Pastor, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Like I always ask people, like I have a conversation with them. I'm like, oh, like you know, I'm like, how you doing? And then I'm like, well. What's your name on there?
Get the tides rolling. I'm not doing that. You know,
just trying to get some Jamaican jerky.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some
like,
wings.
It's like, no, I'd rather you still just at least introduce yourself. Like, all right, well, say hello to me on this. So I know you follow me because it's like, you know, you start getting a lot of followers, and y'all got all the followers. But you know, you start getting a couple thousand followers and all that. It's just like, yo, well, say what's up, like on there, so I know who you are. So now it ain't awkward. Next time I see you somewhere, we can actually speak. Like,
speak all day.
Right.
I'd much rather you speak as opposed to seeing me and then going home and then tweeting me like, yeah, was that you today? Nigga, you look dead at me.
That's weird.
Yeah, so, but it's been another great episode. I think this was absolutely great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I Just was taking pictures of us while we was in here recording. You know, I put it up. People definitely excited about Carl being on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. You know, listen, man. Anytime, man. Y'all ask me to hear, man. I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying? And
give them all your information, how they can contact you.
Social
media, email, all that.
Oh man, see, I get a plug on this joint too, man. I don't y'all no advertiser fee. I gotta redefine print, man. So yeah, man. I mean, y'all can check me out, man. PastorCarlDay.com, man. Y'all can see a lot of what I'm trying to do and what my mission is, and see a little video on there, man, about my journey. CCCWorshipCenter.org. That's the church's website. So you'll see a lot of stuff that we doing for the church, doing in the communities. You can see a lot of our previous work on CultureChangingChristians.org on the nonprofit side of it, man, where we've been doing stuff for years. So it's like I'm just not one of them dudes just talking about it. We really out here working, really out here trying to change lives. You follow me on Twitter, Pastor Carl Day. You know what I mean? Same name on Instagram too. And, you know, I like to have real conversations and just, you know what I'm saying, be real candid about whatever we talking about on there. So, you know, that's the sum of me, man. So.
That's dope. I'm Matt Makes Me Sick. I'm going to spell it real quick. MATTMAKESMEC.
Fucked it up again. Yo, we've been spelling this name on the show every week for 10 weeks.
Been the same name.
For 10.
Been the same name every for years.
0 for 10.
Matt makes me sick.
The transition from the E to the S is so
if anybody can't spell Matt makes me sick, they don't. I wouldn't prefer them to be a follower.
Hey, just change your name to @Matthew.
I literally knew I was going to run through that real quick. God,
and on that note, this is a wrap, episode 10. Hilarious.